Good morning to our esteemed faculty members and my dear fellow mates, and a big welcome to our today's speaker. Today marks a significant milestone in our journey towards embracing the future of coding and artificial intelligence. I, Sanjana of AIMLB third year, am honored to stand before you as we gather for an event that promises to unlock new realms of innovation and collaboration. This event wouldn't have been complete without the brilliant minds that have come together to share their expertise and insights with us. I request Dr. A. Mallikarjuna Reddy Sir, HOD of AI, Anurag University, to get onto the stage. Thank you, sir. Allow me to introduce our esteemed speaker, Abhilekh Verma, sir. Sir is a passionate founder, seasoned IT sales trainer, and over a decade of expertise in MBA. Sir, please grace the dais. Sir founded a sales coaching firm in December 2023, offering workshops covering cold calling, social selling, negotiations, and more. Expertise extends to emerging technologies like AI, IoT, and cloud computing, empowering corporations and startups to achieve sales excellence. Now, I request HOD Sir to speak a few words.
Sir, door close, Chairman. Anyone please close the door. Good morning. Good morning. Today's speaker, Abhilekh Verma, incubate at CIE at IIIT Hyderabad, and faculty coordinator, Daniel Victor, and all my dear students of first year, second year, and third years. And as a head, I am giving some of the introduction to the department. The Department of AI is conceptualized in the year of 2019. We started a first UG program AI. By virtue of it, the next year 2020, we started again BTech AML program with intake of 120. Now currently we are running AI 6 sections as well as AML 5 sections. Totally we are having more than 20 plus sections around first year, second year, and third year. Apart from the department also, we are guiding PhD students. We are offering the PhD program as well as minor program as well as MTech program also. In the Anurag University, we are having the different schools will be there. We are having that School of Engineering. Under School of Engineering, different branches is there. AI, AML, Data Science, IT, and all. And we started School of Nursing, School of Medicine also, sir, as well as School of MBA, as well as School of Agriculture also. And coming to the department, we are having that a good number of professional chapters is there. Good number of technical clubs is also there, sir. We are having the 4 professional chapters. In that IEEE, CSI, ISTE, and ACM is there. In the technical clubs also, we are having A²I Club is there. Today event is conducting by A²I Club. Anurag Artificial Intelligence Club, as well as we are having the coding clubs will be there, and AUDO Club is there. AUDO Enigma Club is there. This is the sum of the clubs is there, sir. And coming to what is the prominent events conducted by last year means we conducted 48 hours of hackathon. In that also we selected different themes. We selected machine learning, deep learning, as well as IoT. In the month of June or August, we are going to conduct 2 hackathons, sir. In that also we are taking that, what is the things you are covering, generative AI. I already told in the morning also. We are going for 2 themes in this year. We are going for IoT as well as generative AI as well as prompt engineering. This is the sum of the introduction to the department. Coming to today's workshop, first of all, I want to congratulate the Daniel Victor, sir. Why means he chosen the 2 different topics with help of Abhilekh Verma, sir. In that, please observe that you are having the 2 topics will be there. One is that the first one is GitHub Copilot, and second one is ChatGPT 4.0. Anyone please give, what do you mean by GitHub Copilot? What do you mean by GitHub? The last year also we conducted 2 workshops based upon, one is GitHub. The speaker is Daniel Victor only. Anyone in the audience I am asking, what is the use, what do you mean by GitHub and what do you mean by GitHub Copilot and what is the use of ChatGPT? Yeah, very good. By using GitHub, for example, you did good number of projects. That all the projects you can easily push into the GitHub repository. Why you want to push? What is the use of this one? Whenever you are preparing the resume, in that also you can highlight. For example, this is my GitHub profile. This number of projects I did. This number of certifications is completed. Okay. By using GitHub, you can maintain your. It is acting as a repository kind of thing. As well as by using that, we can do the version control also. Whenever you work in a real-time scenario, the version control is also very, very important. After that, why this GitHub Copilot? What is the use of this one? Who developed this one? When it is came into the picture, the GitHub Copilot is developed by the Microsoft with collaboration of OpenAI. This one, they released that first version, they released 2020-21, I think. Okay. What is the use of this one? Why we are offering this, why we are conducting this workshop? For example, if you go for, you're having the two things, whenever you're writing the coding, if you go for you're writing a code in Java, if you use for the command prompt, if you use for the tool, what is the advantage? If you are writing a code in the command prompt, you need to write each and everything. If you go for tool, what is the advantage of the tool? It is giving the predefined structure of the code. Like that, if you use for the GitHub Copilot also, it is the one of the coding helping tool powered by AI features. For example, it is having the one of the feature like auto completion. You return some of the code, you are looking for some more code also, the tool will help you. That is the main advantage of the GitHub Copilot. For example, what is the use of ChatGPT 4.0? For example, I think the majority of the students are using ChatGPT. What? For example, it is work like a chart. I can like the ChatGPT is, for example, you are expecting something. For example, you want to build a website. Based upon your prompt, it is giving the code. I can tell that ChatGPT is working like it may be chatbot. Say yes or no. The ChatGPT is having the n number of features. For example, that one thing is, I'm telling you, for example, in nowadays, the 2020, with the era of 2020, so you're having that so many technology will be there, so much of data will be there. Within fingertips, for example, you can search, within a minute you will get each and everything. But what is the important thing is, please learn what is the thing you require. That's why the prompt engineering plays a very, very important role. Nowadays, you can observe that the prompt engineer, they're getting the higher pay also. I think that Sir will give the more in detail about that, what is the use of GitHub as well as what is the use of ChatGPT while you work in a real-time scenario and all. My session is, for example, please, for the session will start sharp 10 o'clock. It went about at 12:30. Please focus by using this GitHub and GitHub Copilot and ChatGPT, by using these two technologies, how you are going to develop the projects. Please understand. By using this one, for example, in the this workshop, first years will be there, second years will be there, third years also will be there. The third years next you have to do the major project as well as mini project also. By using these two things, GitHub Copilot as well as ChatGPT 4.0, how you are going to develop your mini and major projects, please take inputs from the SAR also. Okay. Thank you, sir, Abhilekh Verma, sir, for accepting our invitation. And I would like to thank I would like to thank faculty coordinator Daniel Witter and his team, Monish, all the members of A²I Club members, Sanjana, Monish and team. Okay, happy coding. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your informative words. I request HOD, sir, to felicitate the speaker, Abhilekh Verma, sir. Sir, I also request Victor, sir, to come on to the dais. So it's time to begin the session. I thank HOD, sir, for gracing the dais, and I request Abhilekh, sir, to continue the session. Thank you.
Guys, take down the first seats here.
Just keep some waters. Visible? Only the sound part I would need because I need to show video. So the sound part. Yeah. Yeah. So just sort this also because I think after some slides I have a YouTube video. So I need the sound part. Yeah, I'll listen. Maybe you can start the session. Yeah, I'll just check them. So volume will be adjusted or you want to test it? We'll test it. Test it. You want me to connect this? Jabana.
So can you just test it?
Yeah.
No, can test it.
So can you remove this screen so that I can test it? All right. Yeah. Just give me a second. Volume is not coming.
Yeah, I can sound it. No, just increase the volume.
Shouldn't burst, right? In here, only here.
No feeling.
Set? Yeah, this is taking for the audio actually. The
Then
audio.
this guy, he's Akhil, he's giving YouTube live, so
Okay.
it takes some time. He's also A²I Club.
Looks like when you meet your hero and complete.
That's why I keep the sound low. So I think yeah, sound is now working fine. So there's a TEDx video actually I wanted to show. I think you also organized TEDx. I think at
Yeah,
Anurag.
TEDx is done here.
Amazing. This is
Test the sound
In
again.
the same hall.
we'll keep
No,
it
play
as
play the video somewhere.
Do you have an answer you
It's
love
working, it's working.
for that
It's
question?
audible.
it's audible.
I didn't.
I'm just
Years ago,
appreciate, the low volume. The reason being once it
Yeah.
starts, I can
Yeah,
adjust.
it's okay.
Yeah,
So I'll anyways keep this. Yeah, I think now we can put the projector.
That's
I think yeah. So yeah, it's 10:03. We can start it right away.
Click on that. Yeah, it's working. Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
So, thank you. Good morning, everyone here. So before I start, I would really want everyone to be having a pin drop of silence, please. So it will really help me to focus on introducing myself and also to help you with what are the things which we are going to discuss today. Okay. Thank you so much. I would really like to thank Anurag University and Mallika Arjun sir as well as Victor sir for bringing me here. This is an honor to be here at Anurag University. It's the first time I'm here at Ghateshwar, I think at Anurag. It's a beautiful campus, I must say. And to give a brief about like what I do and what is my experience. So I've had close to a decade experience into IT sales. I've worked into field sales as well as had a chance to deliver lectures on generative AI. This is my 55th lecture right now. Thank you so much. I also love to organize workshops for Microsoft, Google, Deloitte and other companies as well. I work with 22 different community event channels as a manager. So I do organize events not just in Hyderabad, but again in Pune, Bangalore, Mumbai, Dubai, Singapore and some places as well like that, right? Now coming about why we are here today, it's all about Gen AI, right? You know the value of why Gen AI is so important right now, right? And I know when I was a student in 12-14, I was doing my MBA from IIIT Hyderabad. I was very passionate about clubs, okay? We didn't had luckily that time a club like AI ML, very focused on things like, labs and, providing us guidance and guest lectures and stuff like that. But we did had a lot of exposure to a lot of industry connections coming and, delivering great lectures, right? So now I can see that deja vu situation because I was sitting in that place where you are and trying to, bring amazing guests. So now I'm here. So it's an amazing feeling, and I'm sure tomorrow when you really, focus on starting a company like the way I have started, so you would also get an opportunity where you not just share your ideas, but also you bring impact, right? And that's what is the most important thing right now, I see right now with Gen AI and things like that, right? Now, to give you a brief about what has been my experience, what has been my journey into Gen AI. So I've actually worked with a lot of organizations, more like not-for-profit. That's where I get a lot of ideas. So I work as an AI instructor for Omdena. This is a platform which is, Egypt-based company, and it's an Indian owner, right? And I do training sessions for them. I do for Microsoft Reactor, which is the Microsoft AI for startups. I also train students and the interns who want to get into job-ready roles. So I'm just signing a contract with a 1K crore VC firm in Hyderabad. And my aim is to make sure that job is readily available to everyone. And my startup deals with connecting recruiters with students through placement cells so that we have a higher percentage of people getting placed, right? So that's where my startup is, and I'm incubated at IIIT Hyderabad. That's where I have my office, and I mean the government and a lot of support I'm getting from IIIT to build a deep tech platform which uses AI ML to use this algorithm to match recruiters and things like that, right? So that's a quick introduction about me. This workshop which I have organized, with the help of Anurag University, the A² I Club, and also with Reskill, is more tailored to not just Copilot, GitHub, and then ChatGPT 4.0, but it's also tailored to design thinking approach, okay? Now, what is design thinking? So design thinking is basically, I give you a chance to come to the stage, okay, maybe in groups or any way where we can work on, and you get a chance to pitch your idea, okay? Because again, you know that it's not just about learning something, but also implementing, right? And we are also going to talk about innovative surprise which I have at the end of the session, where I have a proper competition for the entire Anurag University. Everyone can participate. We can win a lot of swags, vouchers, even mentorship, and then obviously you get a chance to come to all those events which I organize, not just in India, but outside India as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to inviting you to all the events and stuff like that. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope this session goes well. In between, if you have any questions, I would request you to raise your hand so that I can quickly, address that. And if you feel like there are some topics you're getting confused, or if you have any questions, feel free to ask, right? Just be at home, you're already at your home, college is our next home, right? So just feel to ask me any questions which you have, right? And let's get started, right? So now before I start, I just wanted to have a quick question. How many of you did not have your breakfast? Okay. Great, so you did not have your breakfast, but you're really passionate to take learning as an exercise. That's good. So your mind is anyways going to take a lot of input. So that's good to know, right? So yeah, let's start the session quickly on what we have designed in terms of GitHub, Copilot, and ChatGPT 4.0. Because I'm sure you would understand more from a development point of view, but I'll also try to put my inputs as an entrepreneur, because I see a lot of budding entrepreneurs here sitting here, and I'm sure you would also like to start your own company. So I'll give more inputs from that end as well, right? Okay, so this is just a small content, when it comes to what are the things going to be discussed. We are going to discuss about GitHub Copilot, some use cases with Copilot as well, and then we are also going to talk about ChatGPT 4.0. This has been one of the most fascinating thing for me, because I started learning ChatGPT 4.0 5 months before. Right? So I bought the subscription. I didn't have that much time extensions and things like that. Now I work with 200 plus extensions. Even you talk about Canva, you talk about any kind of software. So it's already enabled in your ChatGPT 4.0. And I have delivered lectures to Microsoft Reactor on ChatGPT 4.0 to 120 data scientists recently at Bangalore. So I had an amazing kind of questions, and I am looking forward to some kind of intelligent questions as well, which we can have on ChatGPT 4.0. And then what can it really impact in our everyday life, right? I mean, regardless of whether we are learning coding, whether we want to have an interest in IoT, software development and things like that, how does it actually impact us and things like that, right? So we are going to cover that. Now, for students' point of view, I mean, since we are all here, trying to learn and try to, enhance our engagement and things like that. So how does it help me become more efficient? Whether you're doing college assignments, whether you want to do GitHub projects, you want to put it on different platforms, right? So I'm going to give you a brief overview, and I'm also going to share you some tools parallelly as well, so that it will help you. And then obviously, once you get into corporate, right? So how do you streamline your workflows? So for me, I use in a month around 1200 prompts just from ChatGPT 4.0, right? So for me, it's important, how do I streamline my business? And if I go to a placement officer and if I sit with them, how do I make it very effective where they feel like, okay, it's worth the time, and then we get placements running really quick, right? So that's where I'm heading. So I'll also cover up that as well. Prompt engineering will talk about basics or advanced thing as well, because this is also something I feel very relevant right now. And I think Mallika Arjun sir did mention about organizing hackathon, for prompt engineering. And this is one of the key things you really need to see if you really want to become a data engineer and take away a CTC like 25 lakhs and 30 lakhs right now. So that is where I see this is one of the key things you should learn. And then we are also going to take some case studies about how I had personal success with ChatGPT. I work with Netflix and Amazon Prime. These are my one of the coolest customers. So I'm going to share you how I utilize ChatGPT to work with them. And then how do we save time? I mean, we are all here, right? So it's about 2 hours or 3 hours, whatever time we have. So how do we make it very effective? How do we save time and things like that? And then obviously doing more with less. So I'll talk about the Parkinson's law. Okay, how do I utilize? So even if you have 30 minutes, you have an exam. So how do you be super productive in that 30 minutes, right? So that is what how the AI tools will help you. And then at the end, as I mentioned, there's a surprise. So please stay till the end, and I hope you get some enough value. And I'll also share you my LinkedIn, so you can always post things about the feedback about the session, as well as you can also share your viewpoint, because I am sure there's a lot of people who would like to know about you, and they would like to learn about you in terms of what are you learning in AI, right? So please feel to share things around that as well. So yeah, before I get started, this is a little bit brief about me. So I'm, as I mentioned, I'm a founder of a deep tech startup based out of IIIT Hyderabad. I've been a KPMG corporate trainer, so I've trained close to 250 employees in Gurgaon as well as Hyderabad, and I've been featured in 33 international podcasts and media. So I've been featured in Time to Shine Today, which is the top 2% podcast in India. My story has been published. I'm also looking forward to get published in Times of India. That is something going to happen next month. And then I have delivered lectures on artificial intelligence, IoT, Salesforce, and sales coaching. So these are the only 4 areas where I work in, along with soft skills. I've been a LinkedIn top voice for lead generation right now. So we work with LinkedIn editorial program with LinkedIn India and Singapore teams to work around and do things on LinkedIn. I have written a couple of books, my favorite one being Introverts, Hidden Meaning. I would love to share the copy to every one of you, maybe an ebook copy, Kindle copy. So you get to see if, because I know when I was an introvert at a school, and you know how I started going to TEDx events, started curating them, started even getting chance to work around with Toastmasters and stuff like that. So it was pretty early in my career I started getting things into that place. So I know as a student what are the challenges we face. We really want a stage and things like that. So I'm going to share you that book at the end. And the best elite people I do work with. So I do mentor startups from Harvard, MIT, Berkeley, and Boston. So they are also my customers. I do sales and marketing workshops and Gen AI workshops for these 4 specific colleges who are into early stage startups and things like that, right? So that's about me. Now before we start, I mean, I really want everyone to have a video and to see things, understand. So if I may quickly ask, there's like, I think I can see close to maybe 145 students right now, maybe close to 150 students here in this batch. So I would like to ask anyone of you would like to share, how do you introduce yourself to a large crowd? Okay, so let's say, for example, you go to a different university to participate in a hackathon, or let's say you go to a different networking event, right? So if I may ask, what's that one-liner you talk about which people can really relate and they can always remember about you, right? So anyone voluntary would like to share, how do you want to introduce yourself to a large audience, right? So you can just, probably raise your hand and share, how you would like to introduce yourself in just a single one line, right? So anyone would like to give a try? Who's first? I mean, this is the challenge. I mean, I've been an introvert earlier, so I know you've been waiting for the other guy to stand up and things like that. But yeah, let's see who's the first mover advantage. Or you need an example to show how to put it in a one-liner? Would that work? Okay, yeah, I do see that. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's watch the video. Listen to the video very carefully. And I'm going to, cherry pick some of the audience people, because I believe it should be a two-way thing. It shouldn't be a one-way kind of a coding lecture and things like that. So I'm going to give you an opportunity where you also try to come up with a one-liner about yourself, because this will really help you, whether you're sitting for a job or whether you want to start a company. Your one-liner really matters, right? So let's hear a quick video. Please carefully take notes, or if you would like to, take some photos, because there's a format which is being said by this TEDx speaker, right? So just follow that and let me know, which would like to, which of you would like to speak, maybe come on the stage and introduce yourself and things like that, right? So let's quickly watch a video. It's a short video. We'll have a quick watch. I think.
And we're back with March Sadness.
Let me
the team
remove
is
the ad
looking down the
first.
barrel of a 4:55 meeting.
So the volume is fine for the last one. Just confirm once. It's fine? Okay.
So, what do you do? That's a question that we get asked a lot. Do you have an answer you love for that question? I didn't. Years ago, I was living in New York City, and a friend of mine told me about a conference in San Diego that I had to be at. She said, the speakers will be amazing, the attendees will be incredible. Well, that was enough for me. I bought a ticket, and I booked my flight. And she was right. The first speaker was amazing. And after the first speaker, they said, why don't you turn around and meet the person behind you? So I did. And he said, so what's your name? What do you do? And that morning, I had a very long, boring, rambling, drawn-out introduction. After covering every city I ever lived in and my favorite flavors of ice cream, finally, to stop myself, I said, well, what's your name? What do you do? And very coolly, and calmly, and confidently, he said, well, my name's Matt, and I run a little software company. I said, that's cool. I'm into software. I'm into startups. What's it called? Maybe I've heard of it. And he said, it's called Automatic. Now, for those of you who don't know, Automatic is the parent company of open source software that powers over 1/4 of the internet. I was talking to Matt Mullenweg, the creator of WordPress. And in that exact moment, the event photographer snapped this picture.
It's okay.
This is what it looks like when you meet your hero and completely embarrass yourself. And ever since this exact moment, I've been obsessed with how we introduce ourselves, how we show up in the world, and how we tell the stories of the work that we do. I've been obsessed with finding and crafting the perfect intro, because I really blew it that day. And over the years, I've developed a simple but powerful formula that I'm here to share with you today. But it's about more than just better introductions. It's about better conversations. Because the goal of any conversation is to make a real human connection. Before you can get the phone number, before you can close the sale, before you can make a friend, or meet your soulmate, there has to be real human connection. And we don't do this very well. So that's what I'm here to talk to you about today, is how we design our introductions and our conversations for real human connection. But why do we care? Why do introductions matter? Well, they happen a lot. One study says we meet 3 new people per day on average. That's 1,000 people per year and 50,000 in your adult lifetime. 50,000 chances to meet someone who could change everything. Now, think about the things that we do every day. We wake up, we shower, we get dressed, we make coffee, and we introduce ourselves. And most of those things we do pretty well. We don't fall down in the shower, we never put our pants on backwards, but we blow our introductions every day. In fact, I think that poorly explaining what we do is our most frequent mistake. Why do we get introductions so wrong? Well, it's pretty simple. Number one, we never get taught. Here in the United States, to drive a car, you have to pass a test, and then they give you this little plastic card. Well, there's no driver's test for introductions, which is why we crash them every day. Number two, we get taught poorly. If we do get taught at all, we get taught this horrible, outdated thing called the elevator pitch. I want to recruit all of you to help me kill the elevator pitch. It doesn't actually happen. It's a made-up construct, a myth. And the reality is, nobody wants to be pitched, especially in a small metal box. And lastly, we believe in the 3 myths of introductions. Myth number 1 is that your introduction is about you. No, it's actually about who you help and why. Myth number 2 is that your intro should be 100% complete. No, it should be interesting. And myth number 3 is that your intro should be 100% accurate. No, it should be confident. You see, a perfect intro helps you design better conversations that lead to real human connection. So let's craft your perfect intro. We're going to start with a very simple base formula, and then we're going to have a lot more fun from there. So this is the base formula. I, since you're the one introducing yourself. Now, I know I said it's not about you, so we're going to move the focus off of you with one simple word, and that's the word help, or some form of the word help. The next word is people. So I help people, 3 words. Hopefully you're still with me. I'm going to need your help on this last bit. Achieve a result. What is it that you help people do or achieve or become? So let's look at a couple examples using the base formula. Liz Gilbert could say, I help people unlock their genius. Chris Anderson could say, I help people tell stories worth spreading. Okay, a few quick rules. Number 1, no buzzwords. Pretend you're talking to a 6-year-old, because as Einstein taught us, if you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. Number 2, keep it short. Use shorter words with fewer syllables. And number 3, shoot for intrigue over information. This is a conversation, not a resume. The goal is to get them curious, to get them interested in what you do. Okay, now customize it. You all have many talents. So the good news is you get as many intros as you want. We're going to customize each word of this one by one so that you don't just leave with one intro, you leave with a tool set to create an infinite number of introductions for any room, any person, or any context. And we're going to start by changing people to who it is that you help. Susan Cain could say, I help introverts unlock their power. Or Simon Sinek could say, I help leaders find their why. Now, here's a little bonus trick. You know when you're going to be in a situation or a conversation where someone might say, so what do you do? So a little trick is ask them first, because their introduction will give you the words you need to customize your introduction. Okay, now we're going to change help to a different verb. What's the verb that people think of when they think of you or your business? You might say, I connect, I show, I give, I paint, I unlock. Chip Kidd could say, I design first impressions. Or David Blaine could say, I prove magic is real. Maybe you want to introduce your company. Very simple, just change I to we. Amy Cuddy could say, we teach people the power of their presence. Reverend Jeffrey Brown could say, we make crime disappear. Okay, a couple of alternate formulas. I'm like X for Y, or we're like X for Y, where X and Y are two things that they know, but they're typically not paired together in that exact way. Jill Bolte Taylor could say, I'm like a tour guide for your brain. Or Tim Urban could say, I'm a personal trainer for procrastination. One final formula, we turn X into Y, or I turn X into Y. Yo-Yo Ma could say, I turn music into motion. Sarah Kay could say, I turn words into wonder. And have some fun with it. One of my favorite authors, Neil Gaiman, could say, I make things up and I write them down. Or Apollo Robbins could say, I teach people how to steal attention. How short can you go? Seth Godin simply says, I notice things. And then everything else flows from that. He wakes up every day, he notices things, and he writes books, and he writes blogs, and he speaks. So why does this work? Well, the typical intro, it's about you. We try to make it 100% complete, and we try to make it 100% accurate. The perfect intro, it's about who you help, it's interesting, and it's confident. When you know what you're going to say, when you walk into that situation where someone might ask you, what do? You automatically come across much more confidently, and that can be even more important than the words. It's flexible. You all have many talents, and now you have many introductions for any room, any person, or any context. It gives you consistency in your personal brand. It helps you own a word or a phrase. But most importantly, it allows you to connect over story, both their story and the story of who it is that you help. Because after you say your perfect intro, they're going to say something like, what do you mean? Or how do you do that? And then you get to say 6 magic words. Let me tell you a story. But here's the thing, you don't tell your story, tell the story of the transformation of the people that you help. And now, instead of reading a resume, you're doing what humans are designed to do, which is tell stories and build real human connection. Okay, we've been talking about the words a lot. I want you to forget the words, close your eyes, and think about what it is that you get to do every day. Think about the stories that you live. Think about the people that you help. Think about the magic that you make. If you can package up all that magic into just a few words, a perfect intro and a compelling story, who wouldn't want to connect with you? Thank you.
Yeah, so I hope now everyone knows how to introduce themselves, right? It's just a one-liner. I'll give my one-liner also. I remember, going back, long back to IIT Bombay, when I had to, pitch my startup and introduce myself. So I just had a one-liner, which I gave to them, and they really liked it. So I'll give you my one-liner, and based upon that, we can also get some people, to come and probably share their one-liners and things like that, right? So yeah, so my one-liner, which is very common where I go to any events, is I help top elite people become successful. That's it, right? So I help top elite people become successful. That's a one-liner I go, whenever I go to any event, whenever I organize an event, whether I go as a public speaker, right? So that's a single line which I use about myself. Now think about how creative you can be, because you might be meeting the next company for job, you might be meeting the next startup, which idea you might have. So you might be doing a lot of things tomorrow. So how do you introduce yourself in that one-liner, right? So now I hope you have got some kind of ideas. So let's see who would like to volunteer and share a one-liner. Who want to go first? Yes? Anyone? Or I'll start randomly asking, if that's fine. Yes, I think a lot of people said yes. Okay. Okay, so let me start with someone in the back benches. I really love back benches, you know. So yeah, let's start with someone. I think let's pick. Okay, the one at the end. How do I tell? Okay, so the one who is seeing me. I mean, everyone is seeing me, no doubt. But again, the one who is sitting just close to Anurag University in the middle. In the middle, yeah, you. Yes. So can I give you a chance to speak, you know, about a one-liner which you would like to share about you? I mean, there's no right or wrong answer, right? So just give it a try. Yes. So just give it a try, and introduce yourself. You never know. You might find like-minded people. You might find someone who would give feedback about you. So yeah, let's get started. Yeah, so we have the mic there. Can we have the mic? So there are no right and wrong answers, okay? So just be normal and just give a quick one-liner intro. I hope you were awake when the video was playing. So I'm assuming that, yeah. Quick, yeah, please. Excellent, yeah. Please give a round of applause for him. Yeah. Your spirit animal is? Wolf. Okay. Good. I mean, at least you have made it in a very small structured format. Great. Can anyone give him some feedback? If his spirit animal is wolf, how do we put it in a sentence? Okay, so let's say he is passionate about wolf. I mean, wolf obviously is an animal which is about a specific adjective one can use, right? So can anyone rephrase it much better in a one-liner? Maybe you can pass on the mic to anyone nearby who would like to maybe rephrase the sentence. Yes, give it a try. There is no right or wrong answer. So I am going to make this class a two-way, right? It should be a two-way. I believe everyone should participate. So yeah, I'm just looking forward. Or would you like to change it yourself in a much better format? Yes, anyone? I can hear some voices, but not the answers. So what does a wolf do? I mean, a generic question. I mean, in terms of, is it different from jackal, or it's same like a jackal? Yeah? Same or different? Different, right? So every animal has an advantage, right? I mean, what's the one adjective if I ask about wolf? So what's the one adjective you would like to tell about wolf? Yeah? Little loud, please. Cunning. Okay, so they have given an adjective cunning. No, I think he would not like that. Okay. Any other adjective, please? Yeah? Wisdom. Excellent. Yeah. Little loud, please. Teamwork. Okay. How does wolf do teamwork? Okay. Pack of wolves you're talking about? Great. Okay, some more quickly. Yeah, we have started getting some responses. Amazing. Yes? Negotiation. Ferocious. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, a wolf is obviously not afraid and he's ferocious. Correct. Yeah, someone is saying something? Alpha. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for, right? So yeah, I mean, there are a lot of adjectives you have with a wolf. So let's say someone spoke about wisdom, right? So I can give a one-liner for him. You know, I prefer people coming to me because of my wisdom, right? A single one-liner, right? So the reason, yeah, please have a seat. Thank you so much, for contributing. So the reason why I give this one-liners is it's about your brain to work and rewire, right? We have limited time, and believe me, when you actually go to a campus placement, when you really go to sit with a recruiter, because I do work with a lot of recruiters, they've been saying they don't have time to go through all the resumes. So they want people to be very specific, very exact, so that when you are very precise, what happens is you get a feedback right away, right? So having a one-liner is very important. I would request every one of you to have your one-liner when you go back home. Work on that. Anyways, you will get this PPT, you will get the video, so you can go back and see how they devise. And this is not just a one-liner which I am using. All the CEOs use, so when you actually attend any event, if you have attended Satya Nadella's event, if you have attended any of the events of Sundar Pichai, right? So they also use a very magical one-liner, right? So we talk about elevator pitches, that's another thing. But again, they have a one-liner. So you should definitely have a one-liner, right? So is everyone with me right now? Yes? So you will definitely come back with a one-liner? Yes, you will take time, but definitely have a one-liner, and that is really going to help. Now quickly moving to the next part, I mean, before we go to the coding part and things like that, I want to make it very effective, right? So just let me check. Yeah. So is it visible to the last screen? Everyone can see? Yeah. Yeah? I mean, can you see some picture? I'm not talking about the words, but can you see the picture? Yes? Perfect. Okay. So now, if you can see this, I'm talking about why ChatGPT and Copilot. Okay. So we are talking about the storytelling approach. So if you see this on the left-hand side, okay. So when I say left-hand side means my left. Okay. So the one on the dead end, right? So there you see there is a space in the middle, right? And then there is a lot of people sitting. So just think about this is like the same auditorium we are sitting right now. But the only difference is, do you see anyone in the middle? Is there a speaker in the middle? Someone said yes. Where do you see the speaker? Okay, okay, they can see someone sitting there. Okay, but we don't know whether it's a human or a robot, all right? And actually what this has been designed is, so these are like projects which I have seen people really working on. So maybe in the 5 to 10 years, we are going to see that robots and AI, enabled technology stuff, people, right? So they will be going into center stage and doing a public speaking activity. It will not be a human who will sit in the middle, right? So they will be doing a public speaking and this is going to change. Like the way how you have seen AI coming into the picture, if you go back 5 to 10 years before, we didn't have this much kind of a things with comes of technology and things like that. So in the next 5 to 10 years, you'll find it, if there is an, a lecture like let's say a TEDx or something like that, so you'll find an AI enabled robot, addressing it to maybe 2,500 or 5,000 people at a go. Right? So that's the power of vision I wanted to show with this slide in terms of ChatGPT and Copilot. The other one which you see, this is very simple now. So this is where you can clearly see a robot is sitting and then there's a different variety of people, right? So there are some old people you can see, the ones with the white hair, and then there's also some kind of different variety of people, different behavior people are there, right? Now all these people whom you see, they're not real humans. So they are called as digital likeliness. Have you seen deepfake videos? Has anyone seen deepfake videos, right? I mean, celebrities, their videos going out, which is not there obviously, right? So this is the future. We believe that a robot will come into the picture and your digital likeness will sit there, your avatar will sit there and they will conversate with them. So AI to AI conversation. We have a machine to machine conversation, which we say in IoT. So this is an AI to AI conversation, right? And this is where I see the future coming in. There are some institutes, I'll come in the next slides, I'll tell you where I'm already working with. And we are trying to bring this to reality, and this is going to happen in next 5 to 10 years, right? So there's a lot of things happening in AI, and I feel you should know it, not just knowing about the topics of Copilot, GitHub, and ChatGPT and things like that, right? Another one, okay, so this one is a very interesting one, because luckily I met a E-cell head of Berkeley, right, and he mentioned he's been working with Tesla, so they designed something with Elon Musk. They're planning with drones and things like that in US, and this is the picture which they believe in next 10 to 15 years it's going to be real. Okay, so this is going to be real. Now I want your brain to work around. Okay, so now if you can see the picture, this is about fusion of emerging technologies. So can you tell me what do you see in this picture? Flying drones, yes, correct. What else? Yes? Okay, very, very innovative technological thing, yeah. So it's about the future, absolutely correct. Can you say anything related with AI, IoT, anything on that? Try to go much deeper into the picture, right? See, there are people standing there. There are some red signals. I'm giving you a hint. Yeah? So there are neon lights. You can see the lights at least. These are called neon lights, right? So sleek skyscrapers, they are glowing with neon lights, right? And can you see, like, there are only few people on the street, right? There are not a lot of people on the street, right? And this is the future, we are talking about. And this is the driverless cars which Elon Musk is coming with, right? You know how Tesla is coming up with all those kind of things. Even in India, they're trying to do the pilot with Bangalore as one of the places, right? So this is one thing. And another thing, can you see the drones zipping through the air drones, right? So basically the streets are alive with autonomous vehicles and drones zipping through the air while pedestrians navigate sidewalks with the help of holographic maps projected from their smart devices. This is where your IoT is. So these holographic maps are giving them suggestion how to walk. Just like you have Google Maps. Now with the help of IoT and smart devices, they are giving them the suggestion to the holographic image. This is where you need to go. And the one important thing what I see is, based upon the AI powered art installation, it is changing the form as well as colors. Based upon what two aspects can you see? It's about movements of people going and then emotions. So based upon how you feel, sad, angry, or you have a different viewpoint of having someone react to something. So based upon your emotions, the color changes, right? And then this is where we talk about human interaction, creativity, and a lot of things coming together thanks to AI and IoT and the urban living, right? So this is the future, and I hope this is very much resonating with you, because I feel you might have seen a lot of things on online. You know that drones are working with Zomato in terms of delivery as well, right, for POCs, right? So this is something, it is going to get implemented in India as well, right? And even like I have been gotten a chance to work with a mentor, who is running a drones company called Marut Drones, right? So Mr. Prem Kumar is the one who mentored. We had a session at Kokarma with the IIIT founders. So there I learned a lot of things with him, and he's been doing a lot of things related with pesticides, with malaria and things like that, to curb things and all. But when it comes to drone, there are only very few startups who want to pilot into this, right? So if you really feel, you can have an idea, you can also come back to me, because there are some institutions, they've been asking if you have an idea over drones, because this is the future. And I believe if you get a chance to do a POC, let's say with IITs, IIMs, or even with Anurag University, that would be amazing. So if you have ideas, please go back to your professors and give them those ideas, because you never know, tomorrow you might be also the next Elon Musk, right? So this is about the pictures. Now quickly we'll come to some use cases of what I generally do in a day-to-day setting in terms of ChatGPT 4.0. So first and the foremost, if you can see here, is Day-to-day idea generation. So let me ask a quick question here. How many people use ChatGPT 3.5? Okay. So I can see maybe 40% of the audience. How about the others? You use Copilot or you don't even use any tool? Yes, do you use any other tool? Gemini? Okay, Google's Gemini, great. Does anyone use Torque AI? Okay, great. What else? What else? What other AI tools do you use? Perplexity, great. Yes? Any other AI tool? Anything, it could be Canva also, I mean, logically speaking, it's also an AI tool. Right, so you use it for day-to-day idea generation, right? Everyone uses that. When it comes to prompt engineering, how much seconds does it take for a prompt to give and to get an answer? How quickly do you get the answers? Literally less than 10, 20 seconds, right? Right? Now when you go to ChatGPT 4.0, it's much faster and much accurate. Right, so what I have seen difference between 3.5 and 4, we are going to cover that as well, and I'm going to show you live also. But what I am trying to say here is, from a developer point of view, if I want to do coding, or let's say if I want to do debugging and things like that, if I have a metrics, or let's say if I have a framework, I can put that in ChatGPT 4.0 and I can get a better result. So I remember going to Microsoft and giving a lecture on Gen AI in Bangalore, right? So I literally had less time, okay, because they invited me just 2 days before and didn't have much time. So I considered using ChatGPT 4.0. It took me 7 minutes to prepare the presentation, and it took me 15 minutes to again do the editing and things like that. So it's under 22 minutes, I was able to deliver lecture for 120 data scientists. So that's the power I can say with ChatGPT 4.0 when it comes to using for the day-to-day idea generation, right? Next is, I'm sure everyone is here interested in AI ML, right? So you will be also talking with corporates, right? So you will be also talking with companies who might need tomorrow an AI ML data engineer, or they might need someone as a developer, it could be IoT, AI ML and things like that, right? So how do you design those strategies? How do you ensure that what the recruiter or what say the company wants to ask, you're already talking about that, right? So this is where I see ChatGPT also helping me. And you can give some prompts, something like think about design a strategy to crack XYZ company, and to have a one-on-one conversation with them in such a way where they find us impressive in that specific data engineer role, right? So it will give some ideas, and it will also tell you the strategies how you can make the conversion fruitful for both of them, right? And then obviously reaching out to the masses in startup community, right? So there are like close to 300 startups at IIIT itself. So we do conversate and all on medtech, and then there's deep tech. So we do work with founders, and we do get a lot of ideas working together. And since OpenAI is also part of now Microsoft, so Microsoft is also supporting us with a lot of ideas and things like that. So this is also helping a startup community, and this is really impacting. The plan, what I can say, since I'm part of the ecosystem, so what I can suggest is, so tomorrow, after some months, what OpenAI is doing is, they're trying to bring a revenue model in terms of the developers who are making some apps and things like that, right? So they're going to reward them. They're not making it on a monetary, but more on the reward side. It's going to get launched in next quarter in US. Then it is going to get implemented in India. So if you really are passionate of building an app, tomorrow you can get it on ChatGPT and get rewarded as well, right? So that is something I would like to highlight. If you have an idea related with AI, ML or anything like that, so you should definitely come up and make an app or something like that. Thanks to the technology, now you can make a lot of things, quickly. Now, before we go to anything on the tech part, so I would like to understand how many of you have used Copilot? Okay, I can see, okay, so I see mostly like 25% of the hands coming in. So most of the people now, if I ask what's the difference between Copilot and Microsoft Copilot and ChatGPT 4.0, what's the difference? Image, okay, and in your ChatGPT 4.0? Correct, okay. Okay, got it. I mean, yeah, ChatGPT 4.0 is paid, so obviously you will get more, content to ask and things like that, right? But logically speaking, both are same. Like most of you should know. So even if you don't have a premium access of ChatGPT 4.0, you can go to Copilot, you can get similar results. The only difference is you might not be able to get a PPT and things like, getting a proper DALI image and things like that. You might not get that better, but again, it is still similar to ChatGPT 4.0. We are going to deep dive on the topics in terms of how they are different and things like that as well, right? Now, when I talk about, like what are the advantages in the large language model, what has ChatGPT 4.0 brought in, all right? So one of the key things is about the student's life. I've seen it really improving. Now you tell me, how many assignments have you done using ChatGPT and Copilot? All. I mean, I heard someone say all. I mean, you have the professor in the campus, right? So yeah, you use ChatGPT for all? Okay, and you get the results instantly and you submit. Do you get A grades for that? Yes? Someone said no. Oh, you get O, my bad. Okay. So yeah, outstanding. Okay, that's amazing, right? And then again, prompt engineering, because again, I really get precise and effective interactions with ChatGPT. So I'll give you a quick question in the next slide where we go much deeper about GPT and ChatGPT. But I have seen, like, if you really want to interact with people, if you really want a precise answer, so we can really get with the ChatGPT 4.0 versus 3.5, right? So very precise answer and things like that, right? Now, so this is something you can see on the screen. I know if it's not visible at the end, I'll anyways read for you, okay? So if you can see here quickly, we are talking about two examples. One is on the this side, which is about ChatGPT, and the other is GPT-4. Now, quick question: what's the difference between GPT-4 and ChatGPT? Both are same? Yeah. In size, accurate, okay. Yes. Data. Okay, correct. You missed the word chat, right? So ChatGPT is more about chat conversations and things like that. But when you talk about GPT, it's big, larger, right? So when we talk about GPT, it's more precise, but it also gives me a lot of things. So I can do coding, I can generate ideas, I can debug my problem, I can also build an app, right? I can get a PPT, I can quickly get a profiling done. So if say a company comes to the campus placement, I can put their company page profile, a PPT deck of them, and ask them, what are the questions I should ask the recruiter in the placement, right? So that is the beauty of GPT-4, right? Now, if you see on the both examples, I'm just reading for the ones if you're not able to see. First one is Andrew is free from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., while Joanna is free from noon to 2 p.m., and then 3:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. So you can see there are people who are free in different slots. Joanna, perhaps she is free in 2 different slots. Hannah is available at noon for half an hour, and then 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., right? So this is where she is available. So one can all get together for a 30-minute slot of meeting. That's a question, we have asked the ChatGPT. When can they all come together, right? So what it is giving me a suggestion is, if you see the last line, it is saying meeting can be scheduled at 4 p.m. Very specifically, it is saying it can be scheduled based upon some insights they have captured Andrew's time, Joanna's times, and Hannah time. But this is not still 100% precise and accurate. Can anyone tell me why this is not accurate? You can see the other example, maybe take a hint. Why this is still not the right time when I say 4 p.m. is being scheduled? Yeah? They may not be available. Yeah, that's correct. What could be the reason this is not the concise and the precise one? Why the other one you feel is a better one? You can just see and compare, right? See the Andrew, Joanna, Hannah. See the timings. Andrew is not? Okay, great. So you have got one cue here. So Andrew says 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Now ChatGPT is saying 4 p.m. Right? Perfect answer, right? Please give a round of applause from him, right? So you can clearly see here, Andrew is not available at 4 p.m. But what ChatGPT is making a mistake, it's saying me, we can try for a 4 p.m. slot. Same thing happens with salons, even singers like Ram Mediala, he uses ChatGPT for songs and lyrics. So if people use it for ChatGPT 3.5, they will make mistakes. Now you come back to ChatGPT, or let's say GPT-4, the better version of any model. You can use Einstein GPT, Salesforce or you can use any other Copilot or anything like that. Now they have given very specific 12 p.m. to 12:30 p.m. Now you can see here he's available between 11 to 3. Everyone is available between that, right? So do you agree this is a better model? Yes? Anyone has a contradictory thing saying, no, I really like this ChatGPT, this is more accurate. The GPT-4 is not accurate. Is there anyone? Okay. Right. Exactly, right. So this is based, they're making something called as when you do permutations and combinations. Right. So it's trying to identify a problem, but when it comes to solutioning, this what I've seen is ChatGPT fails sometimes because it hallucinates. When you give a lot of information, sometimes it's difficult for the AI to learn and come up with the solution quickly. Right. But when it comes to the GPT-4, which is more advanced, it is already having a lot of LLMs and it is already being trained, pre-trained, right? So that's where you can see it is giving me the accurate and the correct answer, right? So now I hope you have got some basic understanding about why I'm advocating for GPT and also ChatGPT 4.0, right? Is everyone clear about this example? Anyone has any doubt? Yes? Everyone is clear? I can see someone nodding their heads. Clear? You have a doubt? Clear? Okay. Okay. Now this is about everyday life, right? So let's talk about what are the activities do you do in your college? Okay, so let's just ask some of you, maybe anyone would like to share, what are the activities do you do in college? Okay. So it's like, starting your classes. When do your classes start? What time does it start? 9. Okay, so you do breakfast, you come to the campus either through bus or you're a day scholar, you come here, you start, enjoying the lectures and stuff like that, right? In between you will have gaps, right? There will be some lectures where you'll have gaps, right? So how do you make those gaps productive? What other things are you doing to make it very productive in those gaps? Or you just go to chit-chatting and things like that? Yeah? Right? Records, okay. So you try to summarize what you have learned, great. Journaling, yeah, that's good, okay. Sports, yeah, so there's a lot of sports enthusiasts here, great. Okay, yeah, so you try to meet a lot of like-minded people so that you can get more ideas, to work around with them, great. There are some 3 topics written here. Anyone can take a hint and come up with a storyline. So you can see I am talking about communication and assistance, information access and creative assistance. What are the creative things you're doing in terms of the break hours which you get in college? Yes? Have you ever had a chance to think about design thinking workshops? Have you had a chance to understand what a design thinking workshop looks like? So basically what happens in design thinking is, let's say we meet 6 number of people, okay? So there are 6 people I am sitting together in a room. 6 people will come with 6 different ideas, right? That ideas will have a different viewpoint. So just like you go to a lecture hall, when a professor comes and gives a lecture, they ask you some set of questions, right? But we all are unique, right? So all the, let's say 100 people will, give a different variety of answers. Same thing happens with design thinking approach. So you can use ChatGPT to give some ideas and work around in smaller teams, right? So let's say, for example, you have a AI/ML club, and you have a lot of people with different years, right? So you can network with, let's say, someone is in the first year, they can network with the second year. Someone who's in second year can network with third and the first and fourth year, right? And at the same time, you can also find how many of you have a more interest towards transportation and logistics sector? How many of you have more interest towards healthcare sector? Right? So you can come up with those ideas using the ChatGPT 4.0 model and try to see, maybe tomorrow there might be, founders and co-founders sitting next to each other here itself, right? So you have to brainstorm and use that kind of creative assistance, I believe, because that will really help you in a long-term thing, right? So how many of you are planning to, becoming an entrepreneur or budding entrepreneurs here? You have ideas about, great, okay. So I see 1, 2, just 2, 3, great, 4, okay, half hand, 5, 4 and half, okay. What else? Just 4 to 5 people, future entrepreneurs. So most of you are in second year or third year, or you are also in the first year here? Second year. Okay, so you're very early. I get it, right? And anyone would like to share the startup idea? What is it all about? You would like to share something? One or two? Okay, you have a bunch of ideas. Amazing. You can share any one of them if you would like to. Yeah. So please give a round of applause to him. Right.
So thank you, sir. So hello, everyone. So one such of my idea is battery swapping system. So probably in this India, the booming sector is EV. So each and every person started to use EV vehicle. At least in every 10, one person has EV vehicle. So the major drawbacks of using a EV vehicle is it takes approximately 4 to 6 hours for a charge. And every person who gets onto the EV vehicle has an range anxiety. They'll be like, when will the battery drain? When will the battery drain? This is the main anxiety that we'll be having. So it is already there in some other country called battery swapping system, where it takes only 10 seconds probably. It's same like a LPG cylinder. No one buys a LPG cylinder, but in fact, we keep it rotation. Like as soon as the cylinder completes, we get it to a gas station, and the refilled cylinder will be taken to our house. In the same way, the battery swapping system works. The completed battery is placed inside the swapping station, and the recharged battery is kept inside the vehicle. So this is what my battery swapping station idea is. So I took it in my college. Probably due to some reasons, they rejected me. And one such company called Gogora it got collaborated with Hero company to get this battery swapping system. So this is my idea, sir.
Yeah, excellent. I think, thank you for sharing. You're already taking care for this A² I Club, and this is, I think, one of the key things you're doing. And yeah, I also got rejected by 7 incubators, I'll be very honest, before making it to IIIT. So the more rejections you get, the better you become, right? So it's good that you shared your idea. Just a round of applause once again for his beautiful idea which he has, right? So yeah, I have seen in terms of the EV and the segment, so I have worked in the IoT space, selling them all those GPS solutions and things like that. So this is also a very booming sector. And since Tata, for example, they have come up with Blue Smart, in terms of competing with Ola and things like that. So they don't have cancellations options for drivers. There are 3 more startups I'm working with in Hyderabad. They don't have a cancellation option for drivers, right? So that is something I also feel like EV sector is really booming. And I'm sure we can connect later and maybe connect you with some EV companies if they would really like to give you a chance to, see like that. So if there are more ideas, feel free to share. I would really like to see if we can really push those ideas to the government and see with the private parties also who are there, right? Okay, now quickly, before going to the next part of learning and efficiency, I would like to quickly understand from you, right, when it comes to Copilot or let's say ChatGPT, what is the one challenge you have faced in prompt engineering? Okay, what kind of questions you feel when you ask, it is not giving you the right answer? What are the things ChatGPT and Copilot cannot do in short term? I want to know. Yeah? It can do everything. No? Not so good. Okay, accuracy. You're talking about the accuracy part. Yes, I agree. What else? What are the hiccups? What are the challenges you face while you are giving prompts to ChatGPT or Copilot? Or you feel it's a fantastic tool, there's no problem it has? Yeah? Correct. You need to master the prompt engineering, so you need to be very precise, right? So I remember a time, since you mentioned a very valid point. So I was trying to ask ChatGPT to generate me a PPT. It's always saying me like, look, we cannot generate you PPTs and things like that. So I changed the strategies. I rephrased the question, saying you earlier only said you will design a PPT for me, as discussed earlier. So just like how you conversate with a friend, right? And then it gave me a PPT. Right, so you have to be smart with ChatGPT and Copilot, where you make them understand look, we had a conversation, something related with that. It's just like you go to a networking event, right? You never met someone, right? You have never met them before, but then you realize that maybe they might be a future customer, they might be someone whom you really want to work with, maybe as a job or as a business or anything. So you tell them, look, I saw you somewhere in XYZ location. You might have never met, but it's just a reference you give to make them meet comfortable and things like that, right? So it's the same thing you need to do. You have to play with ChatGPT and Copilot like a friend. The more you think they are friend, the more conversations you do, the better are the chances it will give you the accurate answers every single time, right? And I'm sure everyone has had a chance to getting errors with ChatGPT, right? So when you put something like a lot of words, what happens? It hallucinates, right? So it's not able to give the right answer, right? So we'll come back on that quickly, right? And I think even if someone wants to tomorrow get into research, or let's say, they want to study more, I mean, the faculties who are here, right? They really love to do research, right? PhD and things like that, right? So I'm sure a lot of faculties here are doing PhD, and ChatGPT is really helping in PhDs as well. So when you're writing thesis, when you're doing the academic research, as well as when you're trying to, use it for the leverage concept, it is really effective. So tomorrow, if you want to actually, learn something, and if you want to implement something, right? So if you are really interested in research, I would highly recommend this tool as well, right? And task management, right? So I think, as I have spoken earlier about planning things through this AI-based support reminders. So now let me ask you a quick question. So you do grocery shopping, right? Everyone does grocery shopping, right? How can we use ChatGPT to help us in grocery shopping? To-do list, yes, very good. So as a reminder, we can get it. What else? Pricing, okay, so we get a competitive budget analysis and things like that, okay. So let's say you want to go to a mall, okay, you want to do shopping because summer camp is going on and then you have a break, and you really want to do shopping. So what are the things you're going to ask ChatGPT to ensure that, they give you the best answer, and then obviously it's productive in terms of your task management. Can anyone tell me with one more example? What is the prompt you're going to give, let's say, while going to a shopping mall and things like that, to make it the best experience in terms of streamlining and planning and things and like that? Yes, correct. So, I mean, that Google gives us a lot of recommendation, what are the places inside the mall we should see. But then ChatGPT will give me a concise kind of a thing saying like, okay, these are the 4 to 5 places you definitely need to see, right? So you've been to all those trip travelers and all those Agoda and all those websites which already give us those kind of data, right? And even I have seen, like, how many of you know Airbnb? Please raise your hand. Airbnb? Okay, so I see roughly 15% of the audience knowing. So Airbnb is like a concept. Think about now, I have a house. It's empty. Nobody stays with me. I have a house. So I can put it on a rent, just like you have hotels, you go for accommodation, things like that, and get paid for the that, right? So that is what the concept of Airbnb is. Airbnb has implemented AI and ML, where they get all those advanced information of bookings and they show to the guests, this is the time when the occupancy is high, this is the time when the occupancy is low, right? So Airbnb is a perfect example for AI ML, which is using it in a day-to-day basis to predict and to tell us, look, specifically this time, you should book your specific accommodation and things like that, right? So I'm sure there are a lot of other tools which would also make sense to use and things like that, right? Now, before I go back to this, let me quickly have something on the tech part, right? So let's have a quick see. Let's see if we can, quickly, see some kind of prompts and stuff like that. Okay. So yeah, so there are some demo use cases I prepared, I think, for project management. So how many of you have a chance to do internships or, work around with teams on project management? Anyone? Okay. Had a chance with internships? Not yet? Okay. Did you had a chance to understand, like, let's say from a corporate point of view, there will be a project manager who will handle all those things, right? You know that basics, right? Let's say, for example, you can see on the screen, there's a website homepage I have to design. So there are like a lot of tasks the developer has to do, right? So obviously there will be a lot of hours it has going to build, right? So Microsoft actually uses Copilot very specifically for project management, right? So I'm going to show you a live use case on that, right? So, and this is if you can see the resources. So I just put some random names, and these are like the skill sets they have. These are the number of hours they are available, and this is the total hours they need to contribute, right? Hope it is visible on the last screen, right? Visible, right? So you can see Amit, Sumit, Priya, and Madhvi, right? They have 4 different skill sets. One has C#, another has React, Another has API and then database, right? Maybe it could be SQL and things like that. They are available for 7 hours per day, a total of 35 hours each, right? Now there are multiple tasks I have to assign based upon the skill set, if you can see here, right? So I have to assign maybe someone 16 hours, someone 24 hours and things like that, right? Now how do I use Copilot and things like that to ensure that I get a project management thing? This is the same thing which Microsoft is using right now to ensure that if they have 20 to 30 projects, so they can actually get the solution in literally under a minute, right? I'm going to show you live here. So before I show you, let us open the Copilot. Yeah, so I think this is the one. So I hope everyone knows how to open Copilot. Yeah? Okay, sure. So yeah, I didn't hear, yeah. At what time? Maybe I'll take a break after 5 minutes, is that fine? Yeah, because I definitely want students to be fully packed in once they come back from the break, right? So yeah, quickly, if I'm just showing you a couple of prompts for the things which I have mentioned about. So let me quickly pull up. So this is very specifically your chat box in terms of Copilot, and it's an extension you can have with Internet Explorer and things like that, right? So with your Edge, things like that. So you just need to click this once you install the Copilot, right? And obviously you can put a balanced approach. I feel balanced approach is a better word rather than having precise or creative. So I use a balanced approach for prompt engineering, right? So let me take a quick Copilot use case and see. Yeah, so I'm going to use something like couple of prompts. Let's go with the second one. Okay, so considering we'll have a break. So yeah, so let's quickly take a prompt. Yeah, so you can see here, this is the prompt I'm putting. I'm just pasting it, okay? So this is nothing rocket science, it's pretty simple. So I just, tried to tell to the Copilot, please remember this resource name. These are the skill set. I showed you in the Excel, the same thing. And I just sent them, chat saying like, look, I want them to remember this. This is the number of hours. Amit is available as a C# developer. Sumit is available as a React, Priya is available as API, Madhvi is available as database, head, and then we will try to, wait for them to respond. So you can see here, now they are making it very impactful things, how to go live, build, test and things like that, right? So it is also taking me the time, and then it is also suggesting me this, how many hours they need to get divided and things like that, and how much time will it take for billing them, for going for the test and going live, right? So from an idea perspective, what I feel is we generally tend to, think we should do this, we should do that. But let's say for a project manager, they have very limited time. They need to handle 20 to 30 projects. So they can actually use this kind of a technology and make it more customized and things like that. Let's go with the other prompt quickly. So yeah, so this is the second prompt. So I am again copy pasting this prompt, which is in the Excel sheet I showed you, before this. So I am just pasting it here and just submitting it, okay? So this is basically, I have given them a task based upon the skill set. I want them to allocate the task for the build, test and go live, but I also want to ensure everyone has limited time like 16 or 24 hours. So based upon that, let's see what the solution they're giving. Yeah, so they have already started giving me the solution. So they have divided the way how I have put it in a format. They have also made the timeline in terms of build phase. They have also made the test phase, right? And they have also mentioned when the live duration should be recommended. It should take 2 weeks, right? So basically what has happened is now I can generally just export this file. So I click here. I can either put it in a Word, PDF or anything like that. So basically it's just a quick thing. I can print it, I can give to my project manager and the project is ready, right? So how much time did it take us to do the prompt and get the result? Literally under a minute. right? So this is how the Copilot works, and based upon different test use cases we can have. We'll run some more test use cases post the break. Right, so thank you so much for staying and cooperating. Definitely there are a lot of things in the second half we'll have. So we'll take a break. How much time do you want to take a break? I mean, 5 minutes means Hyderabad. 5 minutes means 50 minutes. I know that. So yeah, we have to be careful with the time. Yeah, so just give me maybe 10 minutes. Would that be fine? Yeah, so 10 minutes, please, come back, or if you're taking a break, if you're going outside, ensure you're back so we can also have some amazing excuses. Yeah, thank you so much for the first half. Yeah.
Guys, after the break, attendance would be taken again, and you're expected to be back after 10 minutes.
Yeah. And one more thing, there's a competition I'm organizing, so with Unstop. So please be back because there's something I want to announce. You will win vouchers, goodies, and a lot of things. So make sure you come back.
Guys, tell all your friends to assemble here within 5 minutes and attendance will be taken. Soon after that, session starts. So please inform your friends.
who have registered to the event. Presently, the registration is closed. Later, it would be open. So
So you're talking
stay
about the
until
project
the end
management
and
thing.
you
So
can
it is
register.
particularly from basically on the software side or like in general? For
In general. So
because
anything.
my dad's a project manager in.
Please
he
connect
was
with
in
me. I mean,
Accenture.
you have my card?
No, I didn't catch it.
I think I will give you my card. So please connect with me because I work with 22 project managers in different corporates. So
So actually, my
just-
dad is project manager in Accenture.
Oh, great.
But then it's accounts and not rather than.
Yeah, I mean, so I worked
IT.
with KPMG. So Accenture is like a brother to us.
Yeah, yeah. So right now he shifted to IBM. So
Great, great. Please connect, offline, and then we can discuss
sure. So
after
I was
that.
like maybe interested in learning about it.
Absolutely, any area.
Like what is it? Project management including AI or like
Everything. So
collaborating?
what I can say is project management includes everything. So you talk about, let's say there's a project you want to do. So I did it with Karachi Bakery. I'll give an example. So what I did with Karachi Bakery is they wanted me to start the project getting the sensors from China, temperature sensors and door sensors, and then deploying it to Banjara Hills
Okay.
where the cakes and pastries are there.
Oh right.
Till the time they give us the payment,
Alright.
there will be part payments and things like that, and then the solution gets impacted. And I used to stick. So I'll share this use case I think right away.
Yeah, sure.
I'll share it with everyone. I think Karachi Bakery is something everybody would be interested to know about.
Oh yeah, yeah, sure. That
Yeah, so
the
Karachi-
thing you mentioned is
Karachi Bakery, Almond House. So entire project management I have devised. I made a solution using AI.
What exactly did you use? Like
I'll share it now.
yeah, yeah, sure.
Take care. So we can start. I think.
Yeah, just a minute. All a second.
Yeah. So please sit down, everyone, quickly. So I'm also going to share maybe 5 or 10 company insights of IoT and AI/ML which I have implemented. Because I believe in if you get a real-time use case, I'm sure you can also go to those companies and probably pitch those ideas, right? So before I start this slide, I would like to share a use case of Karachi Bakery. How many of you have been to Karachi Bakery? Wow. So now I can see a 90% hands. Yeah. I mean, few of them didn't raise hand. Maybe they might have gone or maybe they don't remember. But I generally bet you would not miss Karachi Bakery. The Osmania biscuits, right? Right? So since I run Hyderabad Foodies, I started in 2013 when I was in my college in MBA second year. So I was really passionate as a blogger to work around with a lot of restaurants and things like that. So I was pretty early to pitch them my idea of working around as a blogger and helping them do digital marketing and stuff like that. But what I did is when I started working in a company called Idea Bytes, it's an IoT-based startup in Hyderabad. I worked there in field sales for 4 years. So there I had a chance to work on a real-time project management thing with Karachi Bakery, Banjara Hills branch, okay? So I'll give you a use case, what happened in the Banjara Hills branch. So basically, cakes and pastries, right? They melt. Same with ice cakes. Have you seen those ice cakes where they put 5 stars, small, gems and things like that, right? Ice cakes they have. Now these need to be maintained at minus 16 degrees centigrade, right? So starting with the time we outsourced long range sensors, they give it more cost effective, and precision also is fine, better than some other companies. So we bought the solution from there. Once we bought the solution, I physically went to Karachi Bakery store to go with my demo team, and we gave it to Rajesh Ramnani sir, who's the CEO of Karachi Bakery. He liked the idea, and we said we are going to save something close to 1.5 lakh per month of your money with the implementation of IoT, because IoT will also have a cost. So we implemented the IoT solution starting with getting the sensors from China, going there and also finding the loopholes. So I'm going to talk about loopholes. Now this is a disclaimer, right? So I'm going to talk about loopholes, but make sure you don't give my thing as on social media saying I'm talking about a loopholes about a company, because I've been also studying company secretary. I've done a couple of levels, so I know the legal implications and things like that. So just be careful when I say loopholes. You don't advertise saying advise. It's just that I know there's a kind of a challenge in the food industry, and it's very common. Okay, so what one key challenge I found in those pastries is, pineapple pastries have a less shelf life, right? Chocolates pastries stay for a longer period of time, but when it comes to pineapple pastries, they need to be discarded in under 2 days. Yeah. So with IoT sensor, what happens is, I get a notification saying how many times the person in the staff in the store has removed the stickers, or let's say they have removed the door. So they get an alert in the mobile app, look, in a day you're putting the door open 30 times. Don't do it because it is impacting the temperature and things like that. Then there is a temperature sensor which tells whether the product is in good quality or not. Then we use AI/ML in such a way where we try to switch off the temperature sensors and maybe make the room temperature change using a mobile app and things like that, right? Same thing I implemented for Westin, where we went to the hotel and we had meat section and then ice cream section. So we used mobile to switch off the cold rooms with the help of Dixel. So Dixel was a partner. Emerson, which is the company name, right? So with Karachi Bakery, one of the key challenges I found is the pastries, right? They get melted quickly and there's a lot of wastage. One fine day, it was 1 a.m. in the night. Luckily, like as a business entrepreneur, you will be awake. The reason being you have a passion and you really want to think, what are the ideas you want to do? I don't have Monday blues per se. Let's say when you go to corporates, you have Monday blues. I don't have that, but I really want to know what I need to do tomorrow and things. So I get a call on a WhatsApp at 1 a.m. in the night. And the security person says me like, my machine has really faulted and there are around 150 cakes. Okay. It is worth 2.5 lakhs. And what do I do now? You have a sensor. Luckily, it has given me an alarm saying like machine is at malfunctioning. It's not working. How do I use your AI, ML and IoT? Can you save my 2.5 lakh worth of cakes? If it is not being, if it is not being in a good shape, tomorrow the customers will not buy, and even the icing cake headmaster who tastes the cake every day before going to the customer, so they make a sample size to check the cake if it is in a proper shape to consume or not as well. It's not poisonous, right? So I said them, look, let's get things sorted. Can you tell me where is there a nearest fridge you have? So they said, yeah, we have Hoshiwaki, this is one of the companies, they have this fridge manufacturers. So we have it next to it. So I said, let's do one thing. You shift all those cake quickly to the next fridge. Because logic is, I cannot fly, I stay in Kondapur. I cannot go to Banjara Hills at 1 a.m. to give you an IoT solution support, right? So I gave them this solution. We were doing on a WhatsApp live video call. Though we say IoT is M2M, but no, it's not M2M. You need a human assistance. So luckily we were able to shift all those cases, and tomorrow the CEO called us saying, thanks a lot, you saved us 2.5 lakhs. He gives another PO for another branch, right? So I'm just saying the value of technology you can have and the amount of savings you can have. Similar use case I can give you maybe for Almond House. How many of you been to Almond House? Wow, so this is also I think close to 60%, great. So Almond House also have sweets, Malwa sweets, Mawa sweets, they have amazing taste and things like that. They prepare samosas and all of eatery snacks as well. So we devised, there were 3 cold rooms they had in Kukatpalli, the main branch of Almond House. I met Chaitanya Mupala, the CEO, long back. So he mentioned one of the key challenges is people, trying to move a lot of inventory from here and there a lot of times. So again, the same use case, door sensors and temperature sensors were devised. One of the key challenges we found in Almond House was the temperature fluctuations. Okay, so when you move the door, you coop it out and in, so the temperature fluctuates. So the product, the texture, everything changes, right? So that's how we worked out, and then we pitched same to Pista House, we pitched to, different kind of hotels like Westin, Novotel. All of them really like the idea. So this is just an instant story I wanted to share because I'm sure you'll also have some good ideas around IoT and AI/ML. And tomorrow, if you have ideas, we can connect you with those CEOs because these are the large entities I see, and they are now going global, in terms of more stores and things like that, right? Same with Pista House, I think Halim business which they have, that's fantastic, right? Now, coming back to the prompt engineering basics. So if you can see on the slide, I have put the biggest improvements, right? So when I say biggest improvements, the increased word limit. Somebody said, it's more than 3,000. There was someone who was saying the word limit was more than 3,000, right? So it's 25,000. When I use ChatGPT 4.0, I can put an entire essay of 25,000 words and ask them to give me a solution. I'll give a use case which I did it for AI Camp. It's a developer community for Microsoft and other companies. So we organize events very specifically ensuring like developers come in, data scientists coming, and we work around with space and things and sponsorship and stuff like that. So when I was working on a use case where I felt like this ChatGPT 4.0 can really help me. So I made a proposal to send to the person. His name is Bill, Bill Liu. He's a Chinese resident, but he's in US. He worked for Microsoft as well, and he runs this AI camp. He's the CEO for that. So I made a proposal. I said them, look, I'm going to speak at your location, but I'm also going to take care of everything related with not just AI, but also on the ML part. So I gave them some use cases about what are the things I'm building over ML. I'm going to cover that shortly on that as well. But what I'm trying to give you a sense is, with ChatGPT 4.0 coming into the picture, I've signed close to 100 plus contracts in past 4 months, right? And it is only because of Copilot and ChatGPT 4.0. So I believe it's not just helping me sign contracts, win confidence of the investors and a lot of entrepreneurs and stuff like that, but also giving me opportunity to use idea to the next level, right? So I also advise you to start something on a trial version, maybe use Copilot and things like that, understand it better, right? But this has been really beautiful journey in terms of startup, which I have really had experience. Now, next thing is image reading capability. So if you can see, there's an image there on the dead end side of my left. So you can see there's a person sitting there, okay? There's a hand showing some kind of ideas, and this person is using some kind of vision to probably put some kind of a storytelling in terms of what is happening, right? So can anyone tell me what is he trying to establish? What is this person trying to portray through this picture? This is an AI generated picture. So what do you think, what is he thinking about? Anything innovative, obviously, but what is he thinking? Can you make a guess? Or he's just sitting there, maybe waiting for the lecture to get over? No? Just see, there's a hand on the top, and then there is some kind of, thing in his hand. I'm giving you a hint. There's something in his hand. He's trying to paint something. What is he painting? Yeah?
It's pointing, so and pointing upwards. So we are moving, we are aiming up.
Okay.
All these shows how back.
Okay, here.
Psychological vectors.
Great, yes.
We're trying to make something with this by interacting with the space.
Right, you are getting closer.
And we're aiming up.
Yes, so I mean, it's about the future, right? So this is about the emerging technologies he's talking about. And the person who is sitting is again a avatar. It's a digital likeness. It's not a real person, right? So this person is saying that tomorrow there will be a lot of ideas. You can train your digital likeness model. So I was given an example of Netflix. So let me now give it a very real-time example. I'm working with Omdena as an AI instructor. And there we are working with Paradox. This is a movie production house in UK. They're working with Netflix and Amazon Prime. So tomorrow, if I am trying to ensure I get a digital likeness of an actor like Akshay Kumar is not free, okay? He doesn't want to travel to Canada to do a shooting for Amazon Netflix Prime. So we make a digital likeness model of him just like this. He is so perfect that he knows his lip sync, he knows his hand movements, he knows in and out about Akshay Kumar. So basically, as a production house, or let's say as for Netflix, I don't have to travel his sponsor to go to a specific place, right? I don't have to travel the food, accommodation and things like that, right? It is a win-win situation, plus Akshay Kumar also feels like I can do more projects which is near to me rather than going to Canada, right? Applying for visa and things like that, right? Though he's a citizen of that. But what I mean to say is, with the technology coming into the picture, we can really see a lot of advancements, right? And with digital likeness getting captured, every human being, I can see maybe not 5 years, but maybe 10 to 15 years, every one of us will have a digital likeness of us. So your avatar might go and play a carom game, they might go and play a TT, they might go and play a badminton. You're sitting here, but they're going and playing there. And that's the future I see in terms of imagination, right? Now coming back to the topic, this is more accessible to non-English speakers, right? So I have worked with close to like 33 countries in terms of mentorship, as well as I've taken a lot of trainings with Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is one of the greatest motivational coaches. So I've worked around with Unleash Your Power from Within, where he addresses people like something like 50,000 people in a stadium, right? How do you engage 50,000 people, right? So that kind of, so I've done some event ticket sales for Success Resources, which is in UK. I've also had a chance to take up Straight Line of Persuasion with Jordan Belfort. So this is also something, it really helps me to talk, the way how I talk, the way how I deliver, it really matters, and that is what I have learned from them. Next thing is, when you talk about non-English countries, so there's a friend of mine who's German. They don't understand English like the way I speak. Okay, so Germans, they feel like, you know, they can't speak that kind of a fluency in terms of English and things like that. So they come to me and they say me, look, Abhilekh, you know, why don't you use ChatGPT? You talk in English or you talk in Hindi, which is your mother tongue. I will speak in German. I'll record it and send it back. It will send you back in your own language. And that is where the GPT-4 is helping me. So someone who is a Chinese, who speaks Mandarin, I don't know Mandarin that much. I had to learn a little bit because I was taking an interview for a VC, but I don't know in detail. They have close to 1,000 plus characters. We have just 26 in English alphabets, right? So no one can learn those 1,000 characters. So they send me the recording in Chinese or Mandarin. I send them back in English or Hindi. And we conversate like that quickly using AI. And that's the beautiful part of GPT-4. So regardless of there's a person in South Africa who will speak Swahili. I don't understand Swahili, but I can really crack a contract with someone who's in different part of the world using ChatGPT 4.0, right? Next is more concise, less wordy. We'll skip this. And formatting, if you've seen the project management exercise which I showed, so it's very clear and concise, right? And the tone, the style, the behavior, it's just amazing, right? And then obviously, this is very old when I say Duolingo. You know this, what is Duolingo? Language? Yes, right? So different languages you want to learn and things like that, right? So now there are like close to 300 plus different extensions available on ChatGPT 4.0, right? So you can really use a lot of tools. You don't need to actually go to each tool and try to, you know, once you do a login. So I can give an example. So I have hired a couple of interns for AI/ML for my startup, and I wanted them to use the ChatGPT 4.0. I gave them the license. And I said them like, look, we need to design some banners and I don't want you to go manually edit it using Canva. So use ChatGPT 4.0. Canva is enabled. I'll show you, I think, after some time. And then once you put that prompt, let Canva suggest what is the best picture, you know, they have to put in. And that is really helping the intern to give productive ideas, and we are getting quick things, because these are the things I put in my pitch deck while giving it to the investors and things like that, right? So I am going for the IIIT, which is in Singapore in June, pitching it to the Singapore Chamber of Commerce, which is government. And I know I'm going to use a lot of the interns. So if anyone love to have interns, you know, I'm happy to have more interns because I can train them on ChatGPT. Yeah, absolutely. So as many people I can have. This is something, it is going to be really revolutionary, and it will really help me to win the startup competition. I mean, that's a direct impact, right? Yeah. Now, when it comes to advanced prompt engineering, I think one of the key things I've seen with the complex prompt structures is specific AI interactions, okay? So when we talk about scripts like JavaScript, C, C++, and things like that, so one of the key challenges I find with Jupyter, or let's say any of the platforms I use with Copilot or GitHub, is they give me some instances saying like, look, you can use this shortcut if you don't know coding. You just give a sentence, will help you, things like that. But with ChatGPT, one advantage I can see is I don't know Python, for example, okay? So it will do things on Python for me. It will get everything done. And I really don't have to learn coding per se to get or make an app or something like that. So that's a difference I see with ChatGPT, and it gives me a very customized approach and a precision when it comes to giving the right prompts and the targeted responses, right? How many of you have done surveys? Can you raise your hand? How many of you have done surveys for anything? It could be for market research. Yeah, anyone has done surveys? You have used SurveyMonkey or anything like Google Forms, Microsoft Pages? Yeah, 1, 2, or have you participated in surveys? I should frame it better. Yeah, now I can see some more hands. Yeah, so I use SurveyMonkey, right? And I generally use it with automation like AI tools like ChatGPT. So when I want to, you know, reach to some PhD professors in different colleges, because I do help them in curriculum updation and things like that. So I use this ChatGPT model. It suggests me what are the changes they can do in a curriculum, right? And the survey will also help me to frame better questions to the students, right? Because the students are the end users. So we go back to the alumni. I'm doing it with IIIT Hyderabad. where I'm doing on two subjects like SAP and ISM course. So basically what we do is we go back to the alumni, we ask them, what is the latest technology and what are the things you want to change in the curriculum, right? So this can be also used in terms of precision and customization, right? Okay, now there's been a lot of speaking I did. Now it's an activity time. Okay, so this is something which we are going to do it live, but this is also something which is going to give you an award tomorrow, because you also get a chance to participate in a national level contest which I'm organizing with Anurag University, specifically for the students, right? So there are a lot of things like getting access to Microsoft Google Campus, and also, you know, putting your startup ideas to investors, as well as some goodies and some kind of swags. These are the things. I have some partners who would like to sponsor that thing in life. So we'll have some winners, but again, this is an idea time. So take it is in a positive sense, whether you win or not. I mean, this is just a practice we are doing because you get an idea, right? So I'm going to form quickly teams here, right? It will be a quick 15 minutes exercise. I'm going to quickly form teams. So, I mean, I can see on the first row, right? So there are 2 rows, right? So maybe I think all the 3 of you can come here, please, if you don't mind. Yeah. So I'm going to form teams quickly. We're going to do a live ideation thing. This is like I'm going to give you an opportunity where you pitch a startup idea live coming here, right? And this same thing we'll have. Yeah, please come quickly, if you can. So please work in teams so that we get quick, you know, output. Similarly, someone at the back, if you feel there are some empty seats, please sit together so you can work in a team. You know, so that we can have relevant. So every row we'll have one single team. So first row we have one single team. So all 6 can work together with an idea. Second row we have, I think, a lot of people. So second row also one single team. I think they are sitting already together, right? Third row, I think I see very, this side I don't find. So yeah, if anybody wants to join the team, third row, they can join in the third row. Right, if you feel, or I mean, still you can participate. I think there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, same like the first row, 6, 7. Again, fourth row we have one team. Fifth row, so every row we have one team. Okay, so anyone who wants to change their seat, please change it now only. Okay, because I am going to give you a live idea, and you have to come on the center stage. I will choose one team leader from each of those teams. So you have to brainstorm and come up with an idea. I did this same at IIIT, and I think the winners were from BVIT College for Women. Right, so this same thing we are going to do it with Anurag University, and we are going to see what kind of ideas you come in. And these ideas I am going to take to the investors live. Okay, so I am saying live means your ideas are going to get the stage which you always dream of. At IIIT, I am going to implement with CIE, right? So yeah, please form teams. Have everyone connected in one row. If you want to change your teams, please do it quickly. So we'll have mostly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 rows, 12 teams. Okay, so I'm making it very clear. If one team has 6 or 7, other has 15, doesn't matter. It's just the idea should click. So please talk to each other. Don't feel you're a stranger and you don't know them, or maybe they are from a different batch. Don't do like that. Let's work as a team, and let's, you know, give out the best ideas together as a startup pitch. I'll give you the context. I'll give you the use cases as well, right? Quickly, everyone is ready? Anyone who wants to change their seats? So this is a very interesting approach. I have seen it, and I have implemented it in IIM Ahmedabad and IIM Bangalore as well. So I have seen a very good participation from the crowd, and I am also expecting that kind of amazing participation from here, from Anurag University. Okay, so first row we have got a lot of people. Second row is ready. Third row, you want any other people? You are comfortable with each other? Okay. Fourth row, you want to shift? Okay. Or anyways, you can talk with each other. So every row is one. Okay, one single team. I don't have this side as a separate team, this team separate. No. This is entire one team. This is entire one team. Same like that. Last row, is it clear? You are only one single team. The last backbenchers, you are the only single team, right? Then before your row, there's one more team, and then parallelly something like that, right? Everyone is ready? Or anyone is still wants to change their team? You have a liking to sit somewhere else? Okay, there are some people changing. Great. Remember, I am going to take this idea to investor. So we really need to be very proactive in those limited time. So I'll give you the context and things like that. Yeah. Great. I think amazing. Yeah. So first row has got a good capitalization. Okay. So yeah, I mean having a fair team is very important. Yeah. I'll not be the judge. Okay. It is the audience who will be the judge. I'll tell you how we are going to come up with the best idea as well. So I'll be, you know, non-biased on that part, right? Yeah. Okay, quickly, last benches, and if you want to change, yeah. Just give me a heads up if everyone is ready. Yeah, I think the ones who are coming now, please sit in some place. We'll part of our team. Quickly. Yeah, please sit quickly. Remember this idea which you pitch in, okay? So this is just the first thing. Then there is a competition. I'll have it. I'm going to put it live. It's already live, but I'll give you the link to participate. So you come up with an idea, you win a goodies if you're in the top 3. Okay? So that's something I have designed for the future. So I'm looking for the most innovative idea. Yeah. Okay. So I think there has been a lot of shuffle. Amazing. Great. So everyone is ready? I think on the last bench we have 2 people more waiting. Yeah. Rest everyone is ready. We can start quickly, right? Everyone is ready? Just say yes. A louder yes, please. Okay, that makes sense. Perfect. So yeah, so this is a very interesting exercise I have. Yeah, pin drop of silence, please. Everyone be silent, please, so I can, you know, convey the ideas. Thank you so much. Yeah. So yeah, listen very carefully. Listen everyone, every one of you, please listen it very carefully, the rules, right? Yeah, first row, second row, third row, everyone. Listen it very carefully. If you miss out, then I cannot help, okay? So please read the rules and regulations, okay? So this is ChatGPT Innovation Challenge 1.0 for Anurag University. Okay, and this is a live event. It is already live. So basically you can register here, and I think a limit of 500 is more than enough. So now the basic thing is we are going to use ChatGPT in real-time world problems. I'm sure from the lecture you got some ideas. What are the real-world problems I'm trying to solve? And there's Elon Musk and a lot of amazing people who's already solving in terms of drones and things like that, right? I already heard 6 or 7 startup ideas in between the breaks. Now I want everyone, you know, to work in team and come up with 12 ideas. Every row should have 1 idea. Make sure that your idea should use ChatGPT. When I say ChatGPT, the better version, that is 4.0, right? So you have to use an idea in such a way where it is going to solve a real world problem. Let's give an example, okay? So now, there are some medical hospitals, right? You know, in healthcare we have medical hospitals. There are patients, okay? So they want a quick SOS, or let's say if they are emergency, you know, so they want a quick solution. So there's a startup which pitched in at ISB, Indian School of Business. They mentioned very clearly that we are making a solution in northeast part of India, where from Karnataka there are some doctors who are doing remotely all the kind of arrangement, so they can tell when the ambulance will come into the campus, when it will go to that campus, what is the way they have to go, how quickly can they reach to the ICU. So this is a real-time situation. They are using ChatGPT 4.0 to make a proper format, starting with the time when the doctors come in to the time when the operation gets done, and it's a positive, successful operation, right? So this is using ChatGPT 4.0 with coming with ideas, coming with execution, and the most important thing which I said is project management. So the project has to be successful. They're implementing it live. They have presented it at ISB already, and they're also working with a lot of other universities. So based upon this, I will now do one thing. I'll make it more precise. So I'll give you industries. So now everybody says, you know, I like this XYZ. So I'm going to give you only 1 industry per every batch. You have to make a startup idea using ChatGPT 4.0 in that specific industry. You have to solve that, okay? So first row, who would like to be the leader? Who would like to come on the stage? Not now, maybe on the later part. So who would like to be the leader? Any one of you can decide together. Okay, your good name? Parth. So first row, Parth is the leader. Okay, so please remember, Parth will be, coming in with his startup idea and coming to the stage and sharing things like that. Okay, silence please, everyone, silence please. Yes. Okay, so first row, listen it very carefully. Okay, I am giving you a industry use case. Okay, this industry use case is also very close to me because I have worked in this field for a long time. It's transportation and logistics. Okay, so you have seen Ola, Uber, all those amazing startups. They also use AI. Now you think about coming up with a startup idea to solve a problem, which currently most of the startups are failing at in transportation and logistics. Right? So everyone is clear on the first row? Yes? The idea is clear. You need to come up with an idea which is solving the transportation and logistics industry in such a way where you use AI like ChatGPT. Right? So come up with a startup idea. It could be something which is already there, but you're improvising, it also works. But if it is more innovative, that would really work. Okay, now let's, you have a question? Okay. Okay, second row, you're excited. Yeah, absolutely. So second row, we have new industry for you. And this industry is IT. Anything related with software, okay, related with IT, okay, information technology. Someone is not happy? You don't have choice anyways, so yeah. So IT is the industry, you have to come up with a startup. It's very clear, same kind of thing you can use ChatGPT. How you can make productive employees or anything, think about anything in the IT industry. Let's go to the third row. Oh, second row, who's the leader? I forgot to ask. Okay, there are two people raising hands. Yes? Co-leaders, okay. No, only one team for one row. Okay, what's your good name? Harini. So Harini is the group leader for the second group. I think you can also form team with them. Yeah, this is just a test we are doing. Live we are not doing, so that will do it online. But this is just a test to see what you come up, okay? Third row. Okay, third row, I think till here it is, right? So third row, I am giving you an industry. Listen it very carefully. It is e-commerce. E-commerce means think about Amazon, Flipkart, anything online, right? Any kind of shopping websites, anything related with things like that, right? So you have to use ChatGPT where the interactions of customers become amazingly well. Think about somebody going to Nike showroom online. So how you're making them more, advanced and things like that. So use that. Everyone is clear? Third row? Who is the leader? A good name? Harsh. Ashish, perfect. So third row also we have Ashish, excellent. Let's go to the fourth row, quickly. Okay, so yeah, I think you can also form together a team with them. Right, so we have till there, okay. So I'm giving a new industry. Silence please, quickly, silence please. Yes, thank you. Fourth row, so your industry which I am giving is healthcare, okay. Healthcare means, you can use anything for hospitals, anything for betterment of health, right? It could be anything related with disabled also, anything works in the healthcare, right? So healthcare is the industry, you need to use ChatGPT. I have already given that example, don't use the same example, okay? So try to come up with another example. Okay, fifth row, quickly. Fifth row, we are going to give you industry. Okay, fourth row, who is the leader? Leader, fourth row. Anyone wants to volunteer? Healthcare, yeah, quickly. Please raise your hand. Take it, regardless of what the result is, yeah. Quickly, we are running short of time, quickly. Fourth row, one of you please volunteer for being a leader. Or I'll pick one of them. Okay? Okay, so I'll pick you. Okay? Yeah. Your good name? Akshita. Okay, so Akshita is leader. Next we go to the fifth row quickly. Okay, so fifth row is still here again. So I am giving an industry. Please note it down in pen and paper if you forget. Yeah. So fifth row I am giving an industry called as, this is also my favorite, okay? Food. Okay, FOOD, food. Okay, so food is a big industry, right? So you can include retail also, for example, if you would like to talk about Spar supermarket or any kind of supermarket. So anything on the food segment. Who will be the leader in the 5th row? Okay, your good name please? Dhruv. Dhruv is the leader for the 5th row. 6th row, quickly. So 6th row, I think we can see also some people, you know, you can be also here. I think, yeah, this side also. So please participate, every one of you, right? 6th row, the industry which I am giving is finance. Okay, so when I say finance, you have to use accounting, you have to use softwares like Tally, it could be anything related with Excel, PowerPoint, anything related with finance. Okay, anything related with money, basically. Any startups, you can Google it, obviously you can Google what are the startups in these industries. Okay. Let's go to the 7th row quickly. Who is the leader in the 6th row? Yeah, raise your hand quickly. Yeah, your good name please? Drani. Indranil. Oh wow, that's it. Indranil is the leader for the 6th row, right? 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Okay, going to the 7th row. Yeah, 7th row, I think some people are here, some are here, and then some are here. So please collaborate, you know, accordingly. 7th row, your industry, please listen it very carefully. 7th row, everyone. Yes, everyone, I can see you. Yeah. So your industry is SaaS, software as a service. Okay. Now there are a lot of companies, you can use CRM also, for example. I gave an example of Zoho CRM. It could be HubSpot. It could be Azure, what is that? Microsoft Dynamics, any Salesforce CRM, right? So what are you doing towards SaaS, software as a service? 7th row, who is the leader? Who's the Shark Tank here? 7th row. Yes, quickly. Yeah, you're pitching it, right? So yeah, who is the Shark Tank? 7th row. Yeah, please nominate. Yeah, I heard Shashank. Prashant, who is Prashant? Raise your hand. Okay, you have been nominated by the audience. Amazing. Great. So Prashant is the leader for the 7th row. Quickly, we have 5 more rows. 8th row. Please raise your hand on the 8th row. I can see who's the 8th row. Yeah, correct. Everyone, 8th row, right? This side also. 8th row. Okay, so 8th row, your industry is education sector. Colleges, universities, right? So what are you going to use AI in terms of ChatGPT for the education industry? Who's going to volunteer? Who's the leader? Quickly, who is the leader? Raise your hand. You want to be the leader? Want to be the leader? No? Aman? Amar? Who is Amar? Okay, perfect. So Amar has volunteered. So Amar is the leader for this is 8th. Next 9th, we have 3 more rows. Quickly. Manav? Okay, we go with the audience. Okay, that makes my things. No, one in one row. Okay, who is Manav, by the way? Okay, lucky you, Manav. I think they have selected. There's Manav Rachna International University also. I mean, Manav is a very popular name. Yeah. Okay, so your industry, listen carefully, the 9th row, right? Your industry is related with very specific pharmaceuticals. So you have examples like Dr. Reddy Labs. You have examples, you know, like Spanules Pharma. Okay, so anything on the pharmaceuticals, how you are going to use AI. Okay, so Manav is the leader for this 9th row, right? This is 9th? 8th or 9th? 9th? Okay. 10th, we have 3 more teams. Okay, 10th row, raise your hand everyone quickly. Okay, so I am going to give a duplicate now because I don't want to give too many industries. So you also have food industry. Okay, is it clear? Food industry? Okay, now who is going to be the leader quickly? I can't hear it. Bhargav, who is Bhargav? Raise your hand, Bhargav. Okay, so you've been selected. Excellent. Second last row, the 11th row. So your industry is IT. Okay, information technology. Who is the leader? Second last row. Shashank, I heard. Prashant. Who is Prashant? I mean, don't give a proxy here, please. Yeah. Who is Prashant? There is no Prashant. Okay, I can see there is someone there. Okay, who wants to volunteer quickly? Let's finish it up. Yeah, your good name, please. Yeah? Ritesh. Dinesh. Okay, so Dinesh is volunteering for the second last row. Last row, last, quickly. Oh, public demand. Who is Madhav? Yeah, raise the hand. Who is Madhav? Okay, so Madhav is the group leader. I mean, in terms of the last row. And you have the industry, listen it very carefully. You have the industry again, which is transport and logistics. You know, the first row had that same. So first and last row have transport and logistics. Everyone is clear? So the game has begun. I'll come back, give you 10 to 15 minutes. I am here only. After 10 to 15 minutes, every leader has to come to the center stage and give his idea. Yeah, so hopefully we'll connect after 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so now I think we have very limited time, so I would request maybe I will pick, okay, so I'll also have this liberty considering we cannot have everyone come here, but I'll pick two, okay, two groups, okay. Others who have already designed the strategy, please make it a note because you're going to submit this maybe after a few days. So you can see there's a deadline there. Can you see the deadline? What's the deadline? Yeah, so you have enough time, so you can again brainstorm tomorrow. But what I mean to say is, I will pick only two candidates because of the time which we have. They'll come here, we'll give you 1 minute each. Okay, you have just 1 minute to convince your idea is superb and it's next level, right? And everyone will also give a thumbs up if they really like your idea, right? So, okay, so I really like last backbenchers. So I would give an opportunity to the backbenchers to come up quickly to give up on transport and logistics. So who was the leader in the backbenchers? Okay. Yeah. So you're ready? Not ready. Okay. So you lose the chance. Okay. So who? Okay. First row. First row. Are you ready? Transport and logistics. 3. You have 1 minute to pitch. So you can think about a quick strategy. Okay. Who is ready? Quickly, who is ready? Let me put it other way around. Any row which is ready? Everyone is working. Second last row, are your idea is ready? Yeah? Ready? Then please come. Quick, quick, quick. Don't worry if the idea is not that fantastic. I mean, nobody comes with a 100% correct idea. Even I also face hurdles. Quickly, second last row. Come up, no harm. You will learn anything, right? Yes, yes. Please give a round of applause for our fourth participant. Please take photos of him. He is going to pitch an idea, right? So make sure you post it on the social media like, this is an idea and I am going to take it to the investors also. So make sure, yeah, you take photos and things like that, yeah. So yeah, you have 1 minute. Just share your idea. Take it easy. Just share your idea and everyone can probably give a feedback after that, right? Please go ahead.
So the idea is to make a platform for freelancers and it will be tied up with the companies. And whenever a problem is given by the company, it will be posted on the platform. And the freelancer can directly send his idea to the problem directly to the company, not posting on it on the public. So we can make this type of platform. So
Great. Yeah, so anyone has a feedback of him or they feel there's already a company doing that? Is there anyone who knows there's already a company doing that? No? Yes? Yes or no? Is there a company doing that similar idea or it's very innovative right now?
freelancer can make money out of it.
Okay.
Company can get it in very less time and cost effective also.
Excellent, yeah. So please give a round of applause for his idea. I really liked it. I mean, I can also see the pain when I was a student and I was looking for my first freelance activity. So I registered on freelancer.com and I was, I think, close to 2000 or 3000 rank I was there because it was no competition in 2013. But there is no platform like this which generally solves the problem of the freelance. There are platforms which is helping freelancer get jobs. Like we have Upwork, we have freelancer.com, but there's no one right now I can see which is solving the problem. So it's a fantastic startup idea and I really want everyone to clap once again. Please. So thank you so much for contributing and please connect me offline. So we'll pitch it to the investor as well, right? So I've just written, your good name please? Dinesh. Okay, perfect. So yeah, who's next? So I'm just highlighting it. So I'm not just taking ideas, but it's going to get some kind of priority. Okay. So you want to pitch in?
So this is my own idea.
Yeah, please.
My name is Monish. I am in the third year. So my idea was like making an AI tool which automates the process of machine learning, as well as using this tool we can download the models and use that particular model to take input for the this AI tool is basically you need to give a dataset as an input, and the entire machine learning process is automated for you. You don't have to code anything.
Okay, and so when you say about this AI tool, how different will it be from ChatGPT?
The thing is, you need to give the specific prompt for the ChatGPT,
Okay,
and the outputs coming from the ChatGPT might not be the required outputs which you need.
right.
So using our application, you can also like plot visual graphs too.
Wow.
So these are the unique features for it, and you can also take statistics also will be given for you.
Excellent. I think this is very, very innovative. So please, round of applause for him. I mean, this is a fantastic idea. Congratulations. So we'll connect offline and see if we can pitch to the investor.
The thing is, we have already developed a prototype for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great.
So there was an Tejas 2K24 recently hosted
Yes.
in our college.
Okay.
And then we also displayed the project over there.
Great, great. I would love to see, sir, the pictures of that. And definitely, if it's already in the POCs, I think it makes my job much easier to reach out to. So, yeah, excellent. Please give him a round of applause once again. Thank you so much, Monish. So, I've just noted this is already in POC stage. Okay, who's next? Yeah, please. So, we have got two amazing ideas. We're waiting for the third one. Yeah, please. So I think you would need a mic. Yeah. So yeah, just give me your name and then the startup idea. So I'll also write down. Yeah, please. Rachita? Ruchita. Great. Please go ahead.
So, I just want to start. How many of you are facing in finding out events in colleges or in different colleges or in any community around the Hyderabad? How many are facing issues related to your interests? So I'm here with my idea of Club Hub. It's an event centralized platform where one can easily get the event details. It can be either like you are hosting an event as a student, or it can be your college hosting an event. So where one can easily get the community's details about the next events is our platform called as Club Hub, and it is purely based on the personalized interest base. So you neither have to pay any money in place of it. We are just hosting it for the free, which is a tool for the college students and the communities in and around these cities. So can I explain?
You have a prototype as well? Oh, great. Sure. I think maybe you can send it. You have it in mobile? So I think. Yeah. So can you give me the link with the website or something? Please. Oh, you have a website. Wow. So I'm very impressed with the students here. So they already have.
Recently, like in
This
AI
one?
department, during the Daksha, we have initiated this idea of Club Hub for hosting all the AI department events with a easy, seamless way of payment integration. So one can easily get the QR codes, and there would be no issue with that.
You want to log in? Yeah, please. Yeah, so this is. Yeah,
I think this is amazing. I'm seeing something already built, so this is good. And to be honest, this idea I really want to work in because I have actually pitched to close to 22 event management companies. They have asked me whether we can, put a one platform where we give information. So I am part of 300 plus WhatsApp groups where we have all those events talking about entrepreneurship, AI, ML, but it's a little hard, because when you are on WhatsApp, you cannot always get those notifications, right? So there are a lot of events. It happens at T-Hub, it happens at IIIT, but unfortunately I don't get notifications. There's an event happening, it's called Wiki for IIIT for women entrepreneurs. They're bringing 120 women entrepreneurs on 8th and 9th of March on Women's Day. But I was unaware until I connected with the CEO, who is also part of the IIIT campus, right? I think this is a very innovative idea, and I think, I can see this. So maybe you can explain a little bit.
So in this, once you, we have the logout and login details, of any user. So in this, we basically, during the fest or anything which happens related to technical fest, we usually host a website. Like each and every college hosts a website for their technical events, that is symposium or something else. So we don't have a platform or the one-way platform where each and every user, like from other colleges, instead of going out for a website of that particular college, a platform where you can see the events. I won't, now you guys know about Unstop, right? So Unstop is also a platform, but in this is that the criteria is you don't see the events which are happening in your college as the topmost events happening in Unstop, because it is purely based on like the level based, like whether you belong to an IIT, NITs, or then third tier colleges, second tier colleges. That is how it is being segregated. But we don't want it to be in that way. We just want where a student can actually explore the events and start registering and be part of the community. So in this, recently we have done it for our technical fest, that is Daksha. In this, we are hosting the, we have been hosting the poster. You'll be having each and every detail about the information about the particular event which is happening. And in the, when you click register, you'll be able to just minute details. Usually we follow all the traditional method of Google Forms, right? Recently, like for any event which happens in our college or any outside, so that we can easily get the Excel sheet, right? But what we have done is, it's the simple way of the payment integration where you can add your team members with an ease. And when you are headed to the payment also, you will get all the details. The admin department gets all the details as form of the Excel sheet only. We are going to give it as the data from the, as we have inculcated with payment integration Razorpay, we will have the reports of all the payments which have been done, and also the details of the users who have been registered in the form of an Excel sheet. So it's both way possible, and it's the simplest way.
Perfect. I think this is a very interesting idea, and I really like it. I think I will directly go and pitch it to the investors. This idea is perfectly making sense, and most of the event management companies would be interested to work with you directly. I can actually give you the list of all those event management companies. So,
We are recently went to GitHub and.
Oh, great! You went to VHub? Amazing.
So we are in the final stage of the pitch.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, VHub is the perfect place for you, for women entrepreneurs. Absolutely. So definitely we'll work around, and there's like a lot of event management companies I also like to support, where we can pitch in this idea, and I think it will also get investment. I can see this as from a VC perspective, they would really like to put some investment. So yeah, it's a fantastic. Please give a round of applause for us.
Home कर ले, check in कर ले.
So
Yeah,
in
I
this,
think,
during the check-ins, like when you are being registered in the form of as a student, the admin gets all the details about the check-ins. One can easily download the Excel sheet if they want. And also when the person who has been registered, instead of like waiting out on the queues and doing it all way, we are introducing the QR code scanner along with which will automate the check-in process.
Great, excellent. I think this is very innovative, and I think this is a very interesting idea. I've got it. So yeah, let's work around this idea. I just noted it. Thank you so much for your time and for this thing. I will now give a chance. I think we have some more minutes before it turns one. So who's the next one who would like to come in and showcase their idea? I think last benches, second last benches, and then from there the middle rows. Anyone who's ready? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't need to be in a POC stage, but it could be an idea if you have. Yeah, please sir. Dhruv, right? Yeah, please sir. So yeah, so Dhruv, I think you can just start with your idea and talk about what is unique.
Good afternoon, everyone. Our idea is about A²I, which is a tool that summarizes summarizes your meetings and gives you a concise summary so that you can know what happened during the meet if you did attend it. And many other applications of it is like if you are a content creator, so the captions and descriptions are not necessary to anyone to read before watching a video. So it will help you summarize your audio and give you the the correct summary. The correct summary you use use using which we can we can understand the summary. I know whether it is worth to watch that video or not. So it's basically an audio to text summarization tool.
Perfect. I think this is a very interesting and innovative idea, and I think one of the key things I see right now with this industry is, so there are a lot of tools I use myself. So fireflies.ai is there, which records all the meetings which I go in. Even if I am lazy, or let's say I don't know to attend a meeting, I let fireflies join the meeting. They send me the report of the MOM, things like that. It's already there, but I think you mentioned something on the audio summarize and something on the content creation. This is something not available right now. So I think, yeah, this is a very innovative and interesting idea. So yeah, please give a round of applause for Dhruv. It's a very interesting idea. We'll look into it and we'll come up offline, to pitch this. I think this is not there currently in the market. So nice to see with this like amazing ideas. Yeah, so we'll now move to the next one. Who would like to come in? Yeah. Okay, so I think he will cover him first and then we'll give you next. Yeah, please. So yeah, stage is yours.
So hello everyone. How many of you have been shopping in Amazon, Flipkart, Asia, Myntra for apparel shopping? So probably everyone, right? So the major drawback in this online e-commerce apparel shopping is we don't know how it feels when we wear it on us. The only drawback. When shopping, you'll go to the trial room, get it on yours, and you'll feel how it will be. Rather than cloth texture, the model, the fit, we'll get to know. But whereas coming to online shopping, we don't have such a feature. So to come up with a solution, we have come up with an idea called virtual trial room. How many of you have been using Lenskart 3D try-on? Probably everyone, right? Most probably. So in the same way, the 3D try-on will be used for apparel section, which helps augment the clothes on our body. So it helps to know how it will be when we wear it on us. So it is majorly not implemented in any other platform till now. As Sir told, it is currently in an incubation or starting stage at other places.
Yeah.
So I hope this finds your.
Yeah, absolutely. Please give a round of applause. Your good name, please? Madhu. Manoj? Manoj, yeah. So good idea you have. I think Amazon and Flipkart are doing POCs right now with virtual trial rooms. They have not yet implemented. It's the early phase. So they are obviously the Shark Tank there. I mean, we obviously cannot compete. But yeah, I mean, there are no startups building around this. So it's an excellent idea. We can work around with the e-commerce companies. And yeah, I mean, thank you so much, Manoj. So yeah, great idea. Thank you so much. Yeah. So next, who's next? Yeah, please come. So I think you will be the last, right? Is there anyone else who want to give? Okay. So two more people, right? Then we'll wrap it up. I think we are running out of time. Please. Thank you. Yeah, your good name, so I'll just note it down. Parth. Okay. Yeah. So okay, so let's hear Parth. Okay.
Well, imagine you're a farmer and you have all the insights we gather from trading or what do we say, stock market.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine you get all the insights given to you with the options and futures, and so that you can better predict the demand and supply. What in the future, what will have more demand? That's what we are doing with our predictive models. We can use GPTs and GPT-4's advanced ability to make predictions and
Okay.
with government officials,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe the government can do something about if they want to with the problems. Oh, okay. Well, this app will specifically will be tailored to offer all the
Features? Features? Will they offer some features?
yeah the items you need to do your
Okay, got it. Perfect. Yeah, this is an interesting idea part. So I have worked with IIIT. There are like 30 startups, having this idea. They do on smart agriculture. I have also worked on a lot of smart agriculture with ITC as well. So what we can do is we can work around with all those existing players in the market, sit along with them, maybe try to come up with more innovative ideas, because it's still in the idea phase and they have more things they have already built in. So maybe if we sit along with them, I think we'll get more ideas and make it more structured, I believe in. So, more ideas as in like more deeper insights of how we are going to build an app, or let's say when you say predictive modeling using LLMs and solutions like that, so how the model will look like, what are the textures we need to create, what are the features we need to have. So if you sit with the right audience, you'll get more ideas before launching it into the market, right? So I think that would really make sense that way.
yeah that will do.
Sure.
Also, will provide with good transport facility, which also involves
Mm-hmm.
storing the items well. That would mean
Okay.
cold storages
Perfect.
requires, and building warehouses which have all the facilities required to store those items they need, and
Sure.
maybe along with that teach they, they teach how to be profitable.
Yes, absolutely. I think, yeah, for farmers, we want them to be profitable. Absolutely. Great. I think, yeah, that's a great idea. Please give a round of applause to him. I think, Parth, this is amazing. So, yeah, I'll give a feedback on this as well. Like, so, yeah, quickly, the last one, we can quickly go in. Yeah. Yeah. And just before you start, so I'll give you a little bit of a picture about this smart agriculture and things like that. So, I have worked with the Cold Storage Association of India President, Mr. Mukesh Agrawal, and he mentioned to me there is 60% of the cold storages of potatoes in India right now, right? And it gets thrown like anything. You name any kind of a food product. So this idea would be really good to pitch in to the head of the Cold Storage Association of India. We'll try to do something on that, right? Something like that. Right. Please go ahead. Yeah.
My another idea is machine vibration analysis using the video techniques.
Okay.
So this is basically in industries or any kind of architecture structures. Everything has some kind of vibration, right?
Right.
So when thing works well, it has a certain type of vibration, and when it doesn't, it has some different kind of vibrations.
Correct.
So our application
Silence, please. Yeah.
so it differentiates between the good type of vibration and bad type. And when the machine is not working properly and it goes in a downtime, it could cause a huge loss for the companies.
Right.
So for avoiding this problem, we have developed an application
Mm-hmm.
which predicts this wrong vibration.
So basically, it does predictive maintenance. That's what the word I could use. Perfect. This is very perfect. That is amazing.
Right now in industry they are using IoT sensors.
Yes.
But due to high temperatures, the IoT sensors may not work properly.
Mm-hmm.
So replacing these IoT sensors, we could fix an camera over there, which is
Okay.
also cost efficient compared to the IoT sensors.
Mm-hmm.
Since the IoT sensors are already present over there,
Yeah.
we can combine our video analysis with the IoT sensors
Okay.
using deep learning techniques to get a higher accuracy.
Excellent. So I have actually implemented this in the field. I'll give you a use case. So I implemented this with one of the supermarkets called Ghanshyam Supermarket, if you know. So basically, I put a FLIR camera sensor, and it tells me when the machine is going bad, when is the maintenance required, and then also it tells me if the curd is going to get expired, when it is going to get replaced. So they send a notification to Heritage Fresh saying, I need a new curd because it is going to get spoiled or bad and things like that. So this is an excellent idea. We can work with the supermarkets. This is perfect. Great. So I think, please clap for him. Your good name, please? Monish. Yeah. So perfect. I think Monish also gave another idea. So this is all I think we had to capture today. And yeah, I think we will try to, take a group picture outside. And I think if there are any kind of suggestions you have to make more workshops, do come back to me, right? So thank you everyone for your time. It was lovely having you everyone here, right? So thank you everyone. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much. Yes.
So the last idea is detecting the failure prediction of the machine.
Oh, what I got it.
Actually, agriculture idea is about giving farmers some pesticides that are not available in rural areas. So
Okay.
we are
Pesticides information.
No, you can take my name and also your cell ID.
Sure. Your good name, please?
Sai Kumar.
Okay, just writing it. Yeah. So these are the things I'll go with the.
Also include that many of the farmers
So I think we are running short of time, unfortunately. So please,
Vote of time.
So I think you will have my card. Yeah, absolutely. We'll connect. Event management, right? Absolutely, I'll connect with you.
As we draw this Enlightened event to a close, it's my privilege to extend a heartfelt note of gratitude to all those who made this gathering a resounding success. First and foremost, I express sincere thanks to our esteemed HOD sir of AI. Your presence and support have added immense value to our event, inspiring us to strive for excellence in every endeavor. Next, a special thank you to our distinguished speaker, Abhilekh Verma sir. Your insights have illuminated our understanding of the future of coding, leaving an inedible mark on our minds. I would like to extend our appreciation to the faculty club coordinator, Mr. G. Victor Daniel sir, for his valuable guidance and support in organizing the events. A round of applause for the diligent members of A²I Club, who tirelessly efforts behind the scenes have ensured the smooth execution of this event. Last but certainly not least, I extend my heartfelt thanks to all our participants. Your active engagement and enthusiasm have made this event a truly enriching experience. Your presence here today reflects your commitment to continuous learning and growth, and for that we are truly grateful. As we depart from this gathering, let us carry forward the knowledge and inspiration gained today, fueling our journey towards a future filled with endless possibilities. Thank you all once again, and we look forward to welcoming you